Adrian, quick question for you.
Yes.
Vindaros, he still has 1 level of exhaustion. I'm not sure if that was a hangover.
I saw that you logged on and
Changed
removed the exhaustion and then stomped your foot as well, which I do not have exhaustion. Well, so the thing is, you only had 1 ration, and I realized when I was watching back, you have this feature that is big appetite. You need to eat twice as much food per day.
Big boy, that's fine.
So you wouldn't have been able to sleep, and so you wouldn't have been able to get rid of the exhaustion, but also you technically would have had to roll for a additional level of exhaustion. But I'm thinking, seeing as you forgot and I forgot, we can just say that you made the con save successfully, and we don't have to worry about that.
Because just from last game, I actually went on to remove my rope because I left it on the cliff as we went down.
Yeah.
So that's what I went on. I'm like, I still got the level of exhaustion because we had the rest. I'm like, I'll take it off, stop my foot, and walked off.
Yeah, I removed the rope as well, actually. Although, another thing that I noticed when I was watching back was that I said that decline was 20 meters, but I actually meant 20 feet because I'm still struggling to convert my brain
So it was only like
from the customary units system to the metric system. It was probably like maybe 6 meters, something like 6 to 8 meters. So I realized I should check with you if you still would have even used that rope. Because I remember like Vindaros was a little bit concerned with climbing down a 20-meter drop. I was like, fuck, I better use a rope.
That's fine. We can leave the rope there.
Okay.
That's all good.
All right. Well, I don't. If you're sure, you'll never find another one like it.
Maybe you'll find a better one. It's fine.
I'll just go back and get it later. That's fine.
That's true. It might not go anywhere. Okay. Let's start with a bit of dungeon keeping. I've got XP again. Let me give everyone XP.
Ooh, yeah.
I've already forgotten how to do it.
None for me, please. I'm good.
Okay, if you say so. What do we got? Vindaros, Ready, and Twig, and then... Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay, so this one, I think you got to go into the chat and just click the add button next to your name. Nice. What else? I realized that all of that metric stuff that I talked about at the beginning of the last session was practically unintelligible, so I have instead made a metric system handout.
Ooh.
Which hopefully put a bit of time into trying to make it clearer. And I also added a handout on resting, and a handout on encumbrance.
Wait, I can see encumbrance.
Can't see resting?
I can't see resting. I can see invisibility.
Can you see resting now?
Just came up for me.
Sweet. Okay, another thing is that I have nerfed the sense advantages, like keen hearing and smell and stuff, because I realized that in a game full of animal folk, basically just everyone's going to have advantage on perception checks all the time. So maybe I've nerfed it too much. It's just like you can add +1 to the perception check if you use your whatever it is for you, hearing and smell, or your big elephant ears. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's going to be too useless now. Yep.
I was going to bring that up. I'm like, oh damn, I've been using that wrong last session. It's only a +1 to perception, not advantage. I'm like, oh.
No, you got nerfed. I've also changed Desert Common to Savannah Common, just so you know, because, I don't know, I was kind of using Desert in a slangy way, I guess. Savannah Common's a bit more accurate. All leather is cured. Curing is like the means of preventing decomposition through like drying and salting or something like that. I don't know why Mage Armor specifies that you have to have cured leather. Maybe just to be absolutely certain, like maybe some people refer to like just all animal skins as leather. I don't know, because like even hide would be cured, because you couldn't just like rock around with like a rotting animal skin on your back. So yeah, I don't know. The half ration issue that came up, I was a bit confused about why, like when some people would only get half a ration from a ration, what it actually is if there's an omnivore ration, then either a herbivore or a carnivore would get half a ration from that. I don't know when there'd be an omnivore ration. It's like if it's like, you know, like a dried like meat and fruit, like some sort of muesli bar type of deal. I don't know, some sort of weird. We'll see if it comes up. I described the forest incorrectly. It would be primarily evergreen conifers and occasional broadleaf like skeletons, because it's winter. I get confused between forest types and tree types and things. I also forgot to mention that the insectoids have 4 arms, and I thought it was really cool when I was watching back. I was like, oh, I didn't even mention that. They have 4 arms. How cool is that? Okay, what else? Exhaustion. Oh yeah, the exhaustion. I also fixed the conditions in the character sheet so that now you can use these. Where are they? You know, charmed and blinded and all those sorts of things.
Ooh.
And lastly, I want to give inspiration to Vindaros for dispensing water to all of the thirsty animal folk, and also for starting off that combat by just like kicking one of those insectoids in the chest. I thought that was worthy of inspo. But yeah. So.
Ooh.
What do you all remember from the previous session?
Oh, my notes.
Vindaros doesn't want to remember that beast he saw in that field.
Yeah, you guys just got the fuck out of there.
The horse. Yeah.
Just getting out of there.
Twig tried to ride a goat.
Vindaros also recalls Twig handing him a rock that he had to pet. He'll mention that to Eyame later, and just smiling.
I forgot what
It
that
was
rock
nice and
even
shiny.
was. What was it?
It was an amber necklace.
Amber,
I think.
yeah.
Oh, right.
A stone, yeah. So we all just touched it.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Lazarus the lemur, who is abandoned at the moment in a tree.
Potentially still in the tree.
Rumor has it you can still hear him scream.
Mesmerized by all the water. The vast body. Oh, no, we came across that
yeah, speaking of water.
Yep.
as well.
The mission.
Exciting times ahead. That stone wall that led to the beach. That crumbled half stone wall. And all the gifts that we're bringing back to the clan.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk about those gifts that you're bringing back, actually.
Okay. Should I check my inventory quickly?
Well. So, nobody has any backpacks. That's the problem with those gifts. And we got to work out how you got everything back. So maybe without retconning anything. Hold on a second. Yeah, maybe if you want to have a look at your inventories and maybe remove anything that you feel that you wouldn't have been able to carry. But if you feel like you should be able to carry it, let me know if you have any ideas about how you might have carried it.
Okay. Vindaros actually had an idea on how to carry things.
Okay.
I think maybe we just overlooked it. But part of it for flavor, when Vindaros was using that torn sail on the sheet, on the beach.
Yeah.
He actually wanted to use that as like not a satchel, but like a duffel bag, like those vertical duffel bags. If you put holes all around the edges and then feed like rope through it, you can actually just pull it loose on it and it just hangs.
You don't have a rope though.
I used to have a rope.
I knew you were going to miss that rope.
Yeah, that's how. Well, it depends how far we want to. If we're back at camp,
you also used the piece of sail to shelter Twig from the rain. At least for the last kind of like 5 kilometers on the beach.
It's terrible when I get moist.
Your hair goes all curly. That's his idea.
Well, you could use that to carry like 2 meters by 2 meters to carry like some things at least to that point. I don't know if you could carry like multiple shields. I mean, to some extent, I'm not even sure how you would have gotten things to the stream in some cases. Like ready, you've got like a dagger and a quarterstaff and a shield.
The dagger I'm not sure about. I sort of imagine him just sort of tucking it into his like rags or, maybe like tearing off a little piece and tying it around his neck or something. But I'm also happy to just say he didn't have that.
Yeah. I mean, because you're just wearing like, basically at this point, just loincloth and torn shirt. I don't know if you would have anything that would like, that you could kind of tuck it into that would be particularly stable.
Probably would have just dropped it then when he found the quarterstaff. Or
Eyame could have taken it. You could have
left it at camp with someone.
I'm sure there's plenty of people around who might want one.
Oh yeah, we can say that you left it with Yao Mei. What have you got? You've already got like a dagger. So you have this this fishing net backpack, but it has some limitations. It can't hold small items or sharp items.
It probably would have been redistributed.
Okay.
Because my thought was if Ayame's staying at the beach when everyone else went off, he probably would have been organising watches. He would have had some people set up with some sort of weaponry, improvised or otherwise, just in case something did come to attack. Or a hunting party, possibly, if they wanted weaponry. I mean, would make sense. So I wouldn't have kept it. I've got my own already, I think, so.
All right, so I'll put, where is it? Ready's knife aside. So quarterstaff, shield. That seems probably all right, I think, for ready.
What about his shamrock leaf?
Yeah, that's all right. You can still fit that in your shell. What about you, Twig? You've got like a sling, a bronze dagger,
I got
He's also got like a
12
potion of
torches.
healing.
Ah.
Oh yeah, 12
Yeah, I'd like
torches.
to
No
keep
way.
that. Yeah, I guess like I think I found those in a like in a crate or something
Mhm.
on the beach. So I probably wouldn't have taken them really.
Okay, I'll put them aside. 12 torches.
Yeah. Could I carry the rest of this stuff?
Where would you have a sling and a bronze dagger and
Oh,
a potion of
sling.
healing and a bunch of sling bullets?
Okay. Drop the sling. Drop the bullets.
All right. Sorry to be really mean and take away
my sling. My Bart Simpson sling. Okay.
You've got this coin pouch.
Yeah, I got a coin pouch.
You got some coins in there. You can be carrying your dagger. And
Question: could maybe some of the bullets for the sling fit in that pouch, and then put the sling over like an arm or something to carry it back? Then it wouldn't be in the way of anything.
yeah, that sounds like it would work. You could do that.
But then you can keep it and you still have some sort of weapon or whatever.
Ranged.
So Vindaros, you had a sling as well. Do you want to carry yours in that way as well?
Yes. Yes.
And then the sling bullets, maybe we'll say Twig, you can carry a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you sling back, and we'll give you like a couple of these sling bullets.
I guess if we found, I'm just thinking back to the previous session, and we realized that we couldn't carry all these items. We camped that long rest. I got the feeling that we would have stashed them, hid them to the side so we can collect them on the way back if need be, if they're still there.
You can totally do that. So maybe I'll put this shield aside. We can say that you stashed this extra shield that you've got. And then you've got like a flint spear and a bronze spear and a whip. You probably carry the whip, like tie that around you or something. And maybe we'll leave the flint spear. I'm assuming you would want the bronze spear.
Correct.
Could you maybe take the flint first, though? We might need that.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
I'm not here, by the way. I'm just really shouldn't be better gaming.
That's fine, because we did find some fools, got some pyrite and so forth. And,
yeah.
Okay.
And
even these rations,
really coming in handy right now.
Like even these rations, like where would you keep them? Oh, so you've got this torn piece of sail, so you can keep the rations in there until at least you get like 5 kilometers away, and then it starts raining. But it doesn't seem like you would do that. I can't imagine that you would be like carrying all this stuff, and then it would start raining, and you'd go like, "We got to stop Twig from getting wet, so we'll just dump all these rations." So I think maybe
we would have got wet.
Logic dictates that we'll have to just retcon
at the long
that.
rest.
Oh, sorry, you have it. You're right. It says 0
I just
rations.
kept it there and put it to 0. Yeah.
Sweet.
To make life easier.
Sweet. That's a good idea. All right. That seems a bit more realistic to me. Bag of sand. That's the only thing though. Cured leather, pyrite. Okay, amber necklace you can wear, Twig.
I can't have a bag of sand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's hanging around your neck, maybe you got like a couple of bags hanging around your neck. Some cured leather.
I could put that in the bag of sand.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, that seems
awesome.
I'm satisfied. All right. And let me see. What else happened in the last session? Bragoska found 3 half-full water barrels. You had a beach party with Pache, who was depressed. Sherman tried to steal Reddy's mistletoe. Some juniper berries. Yeah, I don't know. Seems about it.
All of the people left. I've just remembered. Like half the people left.
Yeah. So you've just arrived back, and it's like just sometime after midday. It's still really cold because it's raining, and it's not like pouring, but it's just this like constant rain, like fairly heavy. It's probably about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. And yeah, the first thing you see is that there's like 50% of the refugees are gone, and Farrick kind of sees you coming and approaches you and tells you that Razi left with half of the refugees. And he kind of says,
it's mostly those who left were from the savannah, but also some are from the jungle as well. And some from the savannah have stayed. I tried to convince them that you would return, because I had faith in our heroes, and many of them listened. Some in particular because they, like me, aren't exactly a fan of that Razi fellow. But I have to say, many of the barrels are empty now. Although some of the refugees have been collecting some of this rainwater, but unfortunately it's put out the fires, and it's very cold, as you can see. And we're gonna have to get out of this rain. We were just discussing what we should do next, because we weren't sure that you were going to return. I convinced everyone to stay until the following day, but we weren't sure. And actually, at this point, Sherman comes up to you, Reddy, and he's like, "Yeah, welcome back. I knew you would come back.
Yes.
None of those other guys stuck around. I tried to convince them to stay, and they said they'd wait till the following morning. But when you didn't come back, they ended up going up the beach looking for another place to stay."
I'm sad to have missed them. I think the Archelons should have perhaps stayed together, but alas, just the two of us now, Sherman.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I didn't really trust them anyway. They seemed a bit shifty to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they asked me to go with them, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay for that Reddy guy.
I appreciate it. Someone's sticking after me.
But you also
keep an eye on this guy.
He notices you like raising your eyebrow in his direction. What? What are you looking at? But you also see, of course, Eyame. And so, Eyame, what were you doing while everyone went to, the other three went to look for a stream?
He tried. I would imagine he would have stayed back. Obviously, he stayed back, but he would have stayed back to try and keep an eye on things, keep everyone together, set up some watches, have people watching the forest and the water in either direction, kind of alternating the people direction facing, and kind of try and keep everyone switching out often enough. Definitely took a short rest because he is not doing well. And may I roll my hit dice?
Yeah, well, okay, so you would have had to take a long rest. He hasn't had a chance
to long rest because he wouldn't have had rations.
Yes, well, so that's the thing. Yeah, so in that case, you would risk exhaustion unless you tried to. So there are still like a whole bunch of things on the beach, and you would have seen that many of the other refugees have been kind of foraging around and some of them have been able to find small amounts of food and things like that. So if you want to see if you can find food, you can give me a perception check if you also want to have a look around.
Sure, I can give it a go. I mean, I know there's some dead hyenas, but I would have made sure everyone else ate them first. He's very much settled into his role, and just looking after everyone else as much as he can.
Sweet.
So was that perception?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Solid.
All right. So
Better than something was last time.
let me see.
I feel like the
Okay.
moment he passed out to just take a nap, that's when everyone left. I imagine he's like sitting at the fire for like 5 minutes and just kind of dozed off. And in that time, like half the people walked away. He woke up and like, what the hell is
Sneak
happening?
away?
Oh god.
All right. So looking around on the beach, you were able to find some hide armor that fit you.
Cool. I'll take that.
That's really handy. Let me just give you some
wear it.
hide armor.
Even.
All right. Hide armor. You also found a blanket.
Okay.
You also found a short... No, nothing. You found nothing.
A short nothing.
A short nothing. And you also found... It was nearly a short bow, but it was
Short
one.
quarterstaff?
It was one too many, so it was nothing. The next slot on the table was nothing.
That's okay.
And you also found an empty barrel.
Okay. Is it undamaged?
Yes.
Okay, then he would have tried to set it up next to the water barrels, especially if it started to rain pretty soon after. He would have been like, smart idea to get the rainwater.
Sweet. Okay.
Yep.
I think maybe it was your idea. I think you mentioned it in the first session. And you also find one herbivore ration with like some dried fruits, and 2 carnivore rations. So some like cured meat or something like that.
Okay.
I'll give you those rations.
I'm pretty sure that I'm a carnivore, so I think I would have handed off the herbivore rations.
Okay.
Maybe kept the carnivore rations.
You are a omnivore.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that works. I'll keep them all then.
Okay.
Maybe hand one of the carnivore rations off to someone who looked particularly hungry,
Okay.
who needed it, who would eat it.
All right. Nice. So that means that you can have a long rest.
Great.
So you don't get the exhaustion, and go ahead and roll your hit die.
If I took a long rest, do I just regain everything anyway, or is that... No, you've got a different rule for that, don't you?
Yeah, so you don't regain your hit die or your hit points, but you regain all of your features and everything like that, and you can use your hit die.
How do I do that again? Sorry, I'm
That's
still
all right.
very unfamiliar with this.
No, that's all right. If you go to the top of your character sheet on the front page, there's like a little tent there. If you click on that, it should open this long rest dialogue,
I see.
and then you can hit the roll button to roll your hit die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Nearly full. Great.
Awesome.
So I feel very rejuvenated when I wake up, and then immediately realise everyone's left. So, in a great mood.
Also, I wanted to correct something I forgot. Twig, you found some ring money on these Hyanese, couple of these Hyanese corpses.
Yes.
And you also found some money on the Echidna folk. I just wanted to adjust this a little bit. The Hyanese money would have been ring money, so that was correct. But the Echidna folk, instead of rings on leather straps, it would have been actual coins. So they would have been in leather pouches as well, tied to their belts. Actually, I'm thinking now you could probably have like another couple of leather pouches and also belts. That might have helped carry some things, like some smaller things. Maybe some of those sling bullets.
You just have a giant belt on you, and it's just got pouches upon pouches hanging off.
Yeah, well, there's a point where I'm going to start
rings.
giving you disadvantage in combat. I'll give you
My
another.
pouch is heavy.
I'll give you another bunch of sling bullets, and I'll give you another coin pouch, another 2 coin pouches. I don't know if you want to share them with other people. If you just want to hoard your coin pouches.
Yeah, who wants a coin pouch? Who wants to be my friend?
Oh, I don't tether myself to the money.
Anyone else? Shika. Coin pouch?
We've got offering pouches.
I am
Yeah,
offering
we may
pouch.
take one.
Pass along a pouch to Ayame.
Well,
Sure.
he'll take it. He'll kind of do a little like thank you. nod. And I've also realised Eyame has not said his name once. He's not introduced himself to anybody. So no one knows who the hell this guy is. He's not said a thing.
Yeah.
Well, you probably would have, spoken to one another when
we
you
would
were.
have done introductions, but I don't think we ever actually said it explicitly that Eyame had shared his name.
Yeah.
Can we either retcon that happened, or does Eyame have to play charades to introduce himself?
You have to play charades.
He might
I've
just
done
kind
enough
of
retconning for one day.
he might just he might have sort of walked up after I can't remember the first guy's name, but after Sherman had kind of started having a conversation, he would have walked up to at least greet everyone and tried to ask Vindaros what happened, and then kind of stop for a minute and straighten up and realize in this moment of realization that I've also just had, and sort of look at Vindaros and just be like, I'm so sorry. I'm Eyame. And then turn to the other two and be like, Eyame. Try and make it really obvious, like that is my name. Hello.
Eyame Vindaros. Eyame Vindaros.
Nice to meet you.
Well, you guys can communicate.
Yeah, no, but we're looking at like Twig and Ray.
Oh, yeah.
The little
Reggie.
Twig.
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 Very exaggerated nodding.
Yes. The accent is quite good.
Yes. Yeah, so what happened? Are you okay? This is Vindaros maybe looks a little more tired than before. What happened?
Oh, Angelo, you're
Unmute.
mute.
A little bit more tired, a little bit more worn.
Yeah.
It was quite a walk, actually. We ended up through a forest. We saw before that we just saw a monster that tore a horse in half. And that, you probably saw these horses galloping past camp. Yeah, that was the monster spooking them.
Heard some noise, didn't see anything.
I thought maybe the carnivores might have enjoyed those heading through. Then we went through a forest and there was a shadowy figure looming in the forest, which happened to be made out of stone, pointing, which was odd. Got into a little bit of fisticuffs with Some of the locals, the insectoids.
Some of the locals.
But we did come across some echidna-looking folk. Bit shy, but I think maybe we can deal with them.
Okay.
And pretty much in the end, we found a nice stream and a castle which we possibly can take refuge in, which is a bit run down, but it's a fixer-upper. You know, you buy the worst house on the best street type of deal.
Okay.
Yeah, and here we are.
So water,
Where-
castle, pointy man, spiky people. Got
Insects.
it. Okay.
Very tired. Long day. At
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Do you need food?
I would be appreciated if there's any spare, but
Did you find food other than horses?
there was an odd juniperberry around. Maybe we can find some more for the herbivores. I'm sure there's more out there. We just need to get shelter, I think, first. Get out of the rain.
Definitely.
Stay warm.
Yeah, definitely. Shelter, maybe defense against horse eating thing.
Monsters, yeah, we might want to avoid those.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's not many people that speak our language. Seems more jungle left. But
Also, Twig might come up to you with this amber stone thing and point it. Just rub it.
okay, just have to pet the stone.
Just rub it.
Oh, Richie, they want to pet the stone. Let me get it. Let me get
Like,
it.
I definitely do that.
I just agree.
Okay.
Yes.
The shelter. We have a place to go. How far? If we walk,
Well, good question. We
Correct.
took the beach back, so I think definitely the beach is the best way to head back. And we know there's a stone wall that hits the beach that we can lead back into the forest, which is quite
all good.
a nice
So you
marker
can
to have
follow.
along the way.
All good.
So we can follow back to the creek. And but in saying that, there was more insectoids there. They have 4 arms, wings. So we thought if we could man as many of us as possible,
Yeah.
possibly we can take the castle.
Okay. So prepare for a fight. Hunting party, scouting party. Sounds about right. We have. I had a decent watch yesterday. Unfortunately, I think they're mostly gone. DM, I would assume most of the stronger-willed ones would have left. How many are left of my watches? I probably would have tried to have about 25, both jungle and savannah. Just playing charades with the ones that didn't speak the same language.
Yeah, there would still be a fair few people keeping an eye out. A lot of people at the moment are just shivering, trying to collect water. But yeah, it's pretty hard to see in this rain as well. And Farrick's been kind of going around trying to roll people up and sort of work out, what to do. But you also, for the 3 of you that just returned, you've travelled so far for 8 hours today already. You got up really early in the morning before dawn, and you are very tired already. And so travelling further would be a bit of an effort for you. But Farrick is kind of looking a bit panicked, like,
We have to get out of this rain. Come on.
he starts kind of like waving and like gesturing and trying to encourage people to sort of climb up on the embankment.
Maybe we can head towards those trees.
Does Farrick speak the same language as Vindaris and I, or does he speak jungle?
He speaks jungle.
All right, maybe Ayame will kind of walk back. He's probably been dealing with Farrick for quite some time now, just kind of doing a sort of stop hand motion. Again, heavy charades.
Ayame, let's see if we can light these fires. At least we can keep warm while coming up with the plan as well.
You would know that you'd almost no chance of lighting the fires in the rain.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean everything's wet, so we might struggle. Any more sails around, DM? We could maybe try and set something up. Almost like a teepee sort of structure against the embankment.
Definitely not enough for 100 or so people, but you can have a look if you want to like start to do that. But these people are starting to climb up on the embankment. They're getting like they've got it's like pouring with rain. Not pouring, but it's like a steady, fairly heavy rain.
How far is this crumbling wall from where we are? Like, how long did it take for us to walk there? And was there any sort of tree cover there?
Yeah, so that was in the forest. So there was definitely tree cover there. But your memory of how long it took you to get here is your memory, is also your diegetic memory. It was sometime in the morning that you saw it, I think. So it was like you were there at least 8 hours ago, I think.
Oh my god.
Within the last 8 hours.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe we can try and just sit in the tree line under some of the bigger trees. And maybe at the same time he's doing this, he's kind of miming everyone move for the benefit of Retty and Twig. That we sort of move everyone to the trees, but stay pretty close. So we can keep an eye on the barrels and things and kind of mime moving the barrels slightly towards us.
So some of these people can begin, so you want to leave the barrels on the beach?
Well, what I'm thinking is, and I'm proposing the idea to at least Vindaros, hopefully some of it's getting across to our other two smaller friends. Actually, I don't know how tall is Retty? Am I about the same size, or am I a little bigger? I keep saying smaller, but I don't know if that's necessarily true.
So
I might just be lying.
So you haven't specified a height, but you can be between 130 and 170 centimeters. And Retty
sort of in the middle.
also hasn't specified a height,
Yeah.
but 150 to 170.
Okay, so I'd say I'm probably close enough in height. Maybe you're a little taller. But yeah, I'm just proposing the idea that maybe we move the group into the tree line, but only barely, so we still have a view of the beach, and move the barrels just up the beach a little bit, so that we still can collect water but keep them sort of close by.
So the forest is at this point probably like a few kilometers away. There's fairly sparse there's trees, but there's not like full forest. You can see
I
that.
thought they're like full forest right on the beach, so that's
It's like a half forest. So it would be like you can get under there, and indeed, like many of these refugees are now sort of running over to these trees and trying to stand under them. But as more and more of them get over there, it's kind of difficult for them. There's like 100 of them, around 100 of them. So it's hard to be properly sheltered under there, but that is what they're now trying to do.
okay. Anyone else? That was all my ideas. I'm ideaed out. I'm done.
Well, also, as you're leaving the beach, you notice, I'll say that, what have we got? Retty, you notice actually that Pache is like sitting far down the end of the beach. He is this raccoon folk who is drinking wine, and he's just not responding. As everyone is like running to shelter, he's just like sitting there on this little bit of dirt with his head kind of between his legs, and he's just not moving. Everyone's like leaving him behind.
I'll point him at the two and say, let's go get Pache again. A good friend.
What's up with Pache? Is he drunk?
So you run over to him?
Yeah.
Is he in the recovery position? Like the drunk person's recovery position?
As you run over to him, he kind of like, like lifts up his head and looks over, and he just shakes his head. He's like, just leave me here.
Oh no, Pache, come on. What do you got over here? It's just rain and wet. You're gonna get all frizzy.
He's gonna get it all curly.
What's the point? I've already been shipped halfway around the world, as far as I know. And now we don't have any food or shelter. And on top of that, I'm extremely hungover. I can't face the journey. Just go on without me.
Well, Pache, don't worry. We've actually just found a place that we can have a bit of shelter, have a bit of water, and it won't be long. It's just around the corner.
Maybe half an hour, I think. Just in the forest.
Hour.
Yeah, you're used to the forest, no? There's water, there's food aplenty among the juniper bushes.
I guess so. Is it gonna be as cold as it is?
It should be a bit warmer if we stay within the cover. We found some sort of stone structure that seems to shelter from the rain and such. So once we get there, I think we'll be a bit more protected from the elements and the cold.
I don't know. I could also just walk into the waves and never return. It'd be easier.
Oh no, Pache, you were such a party.
Can Ayame see what's going on? Because I'm assuming Ayame's nowhere near by to hear the conversation, but can he see what's going on?
If he's kind of looking over in that direction, he might see Twig and Reddy communicating with Pache.
Okay. He's just going to monitor it for now, but he's watching. He's trying to discern what they might be talking about.
You can see Pache just kind of shaking his head. But maybe Reddy and Twig, give me a persuasion check. Give me persuasion checks.
Separate ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, persuasion. Sorry, 1 second.
Ooh.
I don't think I have anything.
Oh boy.
That's probably good.
Yeah, that's right. There'll be booze. There'll be ladies. You could, I don't know, live your best life in the stone house.
He just collapses on his back, and he's just like, I'm done. Just go without me. I don't even care anymore.
Oh no.
Alright, Ayame is walking over now. He sees a look of defeat. He's going to try and drag. He's going to try and drag this raccoon man.
Yeah, we'll give Ayame a hand.
I'll say
Like
that...
prop him up, like
There's like
one arm each around him.
Off we go.
What? Whatever. He doesn't resist, so you're able to do this pretty easily.
He's not even trying to talk. He's not doing the charades. He's not trying to convince. He's like, here we go. He knows what to do with stubborn children.
All right. So you can carry Pache up, push him up the embankment. He's just like really floppy.
Prop him against a tree or something, I guess.
Yeah, you can prop him against like a nearby tree. There's still like a lot of water coming through these leaves, but it's like a little bit drier.
It's better than nothing. Is there anything... I'm assuming the answer's no here because we didn't have enough sail earlier. Is there anything we can use to maybe cover some of the area up? Any scraps somewhere that we can use, or is it just kind of we just have to hope for the best until the morning until everyone can walk to this stone thing?
Well, with the sail, if you did want to look for sail, for like pieces of sail, like just any pieces of sail, you can do that. You can give me a perception check.
Okay, I'll do that.
I think, yeah, in general though, I think I recall that when Vindaros was looking for sail, mostly I can't think of a reason why the sail itself would kind of disconnect from the ship. So there's sort of like, there was like a torn piece of it that Vindaros was able to find, but probably not that much more, and you were not able to find any more, unfortunately.
I started digging through the sand a little bit, like just to see if something's like half buried now.
Sorry.
Is it possible to sleep in this under these trees?
It'll be very difficult to sleep in this rain. You can try, but you also don't have, you know, you struggle to light a fire in the rain, so it'll also be very cold. But yeah, it's also
I don't like cold.
It's only just after midday as well.
I have a single blanket. So that's not really much.
Well, everyone.
Yeah, we all just get really close.
What?
With the blanket, just make sure that you add anything that you find to your inventory.
Yeah, I've got it written down. I just have to add it. So thank you for that reminder.
That's all right. Yeah, just because like if we don't add it and then like next session it's like, yeah, I have this thing and then we can't remember what it was, and it's yeah.
That's why I also take notes, because I'm terrible at remembering things.
Yeah, same.
I've already looked for some rope actually. Seems like a useful thing to have.
Yeah, you can look around for some rope. Give me a perception check.
Aha. Cool.
11. Yeah, 11's okay. What are we on the... Oh no. Actually no, 11's not okay. No, you're not able to find any rope. Sorry.
Give it and take it away.
Give it then take... Alright, hold on. I'll give you one thing.
Nice.
Oh, you find a wooden shield.
Ooh.
I think it's say cooler stuff.
Did they have a shield?
Or a crate of torches.
Yame does not have a shield.
I'll bring it over to her and be like,
Eyame will take it, and yes.
yes.
Okay. You can definitely carry a shield. There you go.
Thank you.
I'm gonna motion to these guys that I think we should go further towards the forest, where there is shelter. Even if we're feeling a little bit tired. Then we could sleep. And recover.
Are the water barrels like empty at this point?
They are, but they've been kind of filling with the rain a little bit.
Yeah, I think there was one that had a little bit left in it after the last session. And then, yeah, any rainwater we've collected on top of that.
That would have been, I would say, drunk over the course of the day, because it's been like a full day. So actually everyone is pretty thirsty at the moment, but, you know, they're kind of sticking their tongues out and drinking some of these, like, buckets of water and whatnot. So this is definitely they're definitely grateful for the rain in one way, but not in another way. But also, actually, as you move up to these trees, you hear this.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I'm gonna. Lazarus!
Yeah.
I'm gonna go collect him. Oh, you can come down now.
Okay.
I
He's sort of
can't
like
believe you were up there this whole time.
begins clambering
Oh
down.
my god.
It's not well, it's a good workout. We'll see.
That's
You're
true.
back.
He was just staring at the ocean. It's fine.
I didn't see you coming. I was keeping an eye out. I knew you would return. Where did you come from? Did you come from the ocean? You told me not to watch the ocean.
No, Lazarus. We came from where you weren't watching, but that's okay.
That's very strange.
You got skills. I'm sure you got skills. One way or another.
I noticed.
What do you eat? Do you eat carnivore food?
I forget already since the last session.
Sherman says. Sorry, Lazarus says.
Where was...
I was meant to find him food.
Where am I? I made a PC of... Oh, no, it's not there. Murian... I can't remember. He might be... he's a herbivore.
Darn.
So, have you got some food? I'm very hungry. I've been watching so very hard with my eyeballs that even my eyeballs are hungry.
Oh no. No, but we're gonna have a look for food. We're gonna go to a place. There's gonna be water.
Water's good. I've been licking the leaves up there.
That's quite clever. Very good job.
Thank
Very
you.
good
Yes,
job.
Lazarus is clever. But I noticed some of these
There's a question.
some of these carnivores have Oh, actually, maybe if you can maybe avoid using the zoom hand, if that's okay, because it'll mess with the recording. That's all right.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, good idea though. Actually, I hadn't even thought about it.
Try not to interrupt. I wanted you to finish your conversation, but I wanted to ask a question afterwards.
Yeah,
Lazarus
that's a good idea.
just says, I noticed many of the carnivores are gone now, but some of them are still around. He like points at some of these more jungle-ish carnivores, like the felid and maybe some kind of canid species. There's still like a lion and like a honey badger.
Yes, they said they were going to protect us if we run into any trouble in the forest.
Oh,
Good to
protect
have
us.
them around.
Oh, that's good. Oh. Well, I'm glad that you made it back safely, by the way. And you found water.
Yeah. We just gotta go a little way. And yeah.
Let's go.
Well, we gotta find somewhere to take a little rest because we're really tired from this journey right now.
I'm not tired. I've been resting at the top of the tree. I'm just hungry. Where are we going to rest in this rain?
Well, I think that if we go deeper, like a little bit deeper into the forest, maybe we can find, a place that's a little bit drier, and just stay there for a little while, before we move on to the shelter.
Seems like a safe plan, sort of.
Well, I don't know about safe.
You don't know about safe.
I mean, sorry, it's Lazarus. No, it's very safe, very safe.
Oh, very safe. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I thought you said the other thing, but I'm glad
no,
that you
no.
did. That's
Very
good.
safe, very safe.
Sorry, Ayame.
All good. Again, I didn't want to interrupt, so my
No, that's all
apologies. I think Eyame would try to pull a couple of how many sort of larger creatures are still with us? Because obviously Vindaros is there. Any others like him that remained, or did they all kind of go off with that other group?
There'd still be a lot. There's like at least half of the group, so there's many larger and smaller animals.
Cool. What I might try to do is sort of pull Vindaros slightly aside and just kind of ask him if he saw much food, meat or the veggies.
Very, very little of everything. Not to say there isn't, but when we were looking, it was very scarce.
Did you see any trees with edible things, or was it just the berries?
Well, for our kind, there wasn't much. Maybe for others, yes. But I think it's our only option at this stage. Water and shelter. Which is a definite
problems. Okay. We can keep looking. Actually, speaking of, I'm assuming we're sort of near the tree line, DM. Would I be able to have a look around and see anything around us, or even if I wander a little further in, maybe half an hour, do I see anything that might look edible for anyone?
So you can search essentially the hex, and it will take an amount of time. It's a 5 kilometer hex, so it'll take the time that it takes will depend on how easy it is to find something. You don't see anything in your immediate vicinity.
Okay. So can I maybe grab a couple of people, maybe leave the main group here that I can't talk to, maybe grab a couple of savannah folk and just see if we can grab anything that's worthy of food if we search that hex?
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
So mobilize a scavenging party, almost.
Lazarus says, where are they going? Are they getting food?
Do I get a gist that they're getting food? I guess Mime's eating.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would have said something to someone, and before I just walked away, would have definitely been like, okay, had a conversation about food, let's try and have a group, but before I end up walking away, I kind of look back to at least the main three, as it were, and just kind of mime like, try and make it really obvious.
Yes, it looks like they are looking for food, or they're starting a restaurant.
Lazarus is a herbalist, a gardener, and a forager. I could help.
Oh yes, that's a great idea, Lazarus.
I'll go with them.
Yeah, go help them.
And DM, I did pick my tools for this session, and you may have noticed I picked one of my tools is a herbalism kit.
Mm-hmm.
And I would specifically be looking for things that at least look edible.
Mm-hmm.
Or something we could use that would be useful for basic medicine. Because I'm sure there are quite a few injured still.
Yeah, I think like 3 out of 4 of you have proficiency in herbalism kits. So yeah, of course you can definitely use that. But actually, speaking of people looking a little bit injured, I'll say that just before you begin to take some of these people to search for something edible, there are a couple of individuals who I was sort of walking around underneath these trees and visiting some of the wounded. You would have seen these two people over the night as well, Yao Mei. There is a hippopotamus folk and also a lizard folk, a sort of he looks like a white-skinned chameleon folk. And they are sort of, they appear to be trying to communicate with each other, sort of almost, gesturing, kind of bickering, but also passionate, like not like annoyed with each other. And they're sort of carrying on, but one of them speaks jungle common and the other one speaks savannah common. They've been kind of going around and sort of trying to clean wounds with salt water and use driftwood and pieces of rope and things to make splints for like broken bones. I'll say actually that the hippopotamus person who is a woman actually comes up to Vindaros actually and says, hello Vindaros, is that your name?
Yes, nice to meet you, and I didn't catch yours.
Hembe. I was wondering if you, that Ubla fellow, the warthog, he managed to find a crate containing some healers kits, and brought them to us, not knowing what to do with them. Saw that we were attempting to heal some of these people. Unfortunately, over the course of the evening, we've used all of them except for this last one, and I can see that you're looking a little bit out of sorts. I was wondering if you wanted to take this last one, especially in gratitude for doing all that you've done so far for us.
Thank you very much for your kindness. I'll most definitely like to. He also seems a bit embarrassed as well, taking it, because he wants to put other people before himself, but he knows that that won't get too far if he doesn't heal up first. So he'll just drop to just take a seat in front of her and sort of just relax and accept that healer's kit.
She says, she can kind of see that you're looking a little bit sheepish. She says, no reason to be embarrassed. After all, it was clearly Batotama, the mud mother, the mother of mud, who brought these healing kits to us, and she would have wanted you to have this one. I'm sure that it was also her that not to take away from your actions, but I believe it was divine intervention that the ship crashed upon those rocks. And as she's saying this white chameleon folk that's kind of standing next to her he's like, Batadama, there's that word again. He's like, is there anyone around here, he's speaking in jungle common, who can understand what this hippopotamus folk is saying? I believe she is. I've heard of this mud mother, and I think that she's wrong about who saved us. He's kind of like looking around, looks towards the jungle folk.
No, I'm afraid I don't speak Savannah Common, but yeah, what about this mud mother and who saved us?
I think that in fact it was Scar, the lizard god of storms and wind, who blew us into those rocks. And if only we could communicate. You see, I believe that both of us are priests, clerics, and we have been trying to have this discussion all night while we've been healing these poor folk. But it is very difficult to communicate. If anyone knows both Jungle Common and Savannah Common, or has any way of translating between us, it would be very helpful, because I think we need to know which god it was that saved us. Because you see, both of
both of us are lacking in our magic. We usually have some healing magic, but it seems that our gods or God has lost us, does not know that we're in this strange land and we've been deprived of our magic. Otherwise, we would have been able to help these people to a much greater extent. Can anyone translate?
Wait a second. Rifles through stuff that I have around my neck. I found this. Page of Tongues bind runes.
A spell?
Yeah. I think I can use it a couple of times. Yeah. Can I... What do I do?
He kind of holds his hand up. He's like, well, I don't know if you should be using... Then again, it is important that the gods know where we are. We need to thank them. We need to let them know that we are grateful, or else risk their ire. When they do, in fact, find us, that is.
You'll be able to heal once you can discuss this.
I believe that we would need to do a ritual to Shkar to draw his attention to us. And at this point, Hembe kind of turns to this white chameleon folk, says, "There's that Shkar again." She kind of says to Vindaros, "I think this colleague of mine believes that it was Shkar, the lizard folk god. I've heard of him, who saved us, but I'm telling you, it was Batotama, the mother of mud. If only we could communicate. You see, our gods seem to have lost us or are unhappy with us, and we do not have access to our magic."
How would you communicate to your god? Is there some type of
We would need
process?
to perform a ritual.
Okay. What does that involve?
We would need a few ingredients. We would need to make a pyre. We would need candles and incense and wine and some chalk and also a tinder kit. And we would need something to sacrifice. I'm thinking probably a bowl of fruit and vegetables. Something like that. What is she saying? Were you going to cast some kind of spell so we could communicate? Maybe it is a good idea, after all, in this situation we find ourselves in. What was your name again?
My name is Twig.
Twig. Nice to meet you. My name is Ivan.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ivan. Okay. I'll do it.
Alright. So, to cast tongues, the spell... Let me look at my own handout.
Attack!
And, sorry, Yame, I'll come back to you. I didn't mean to... okay, where is my spellcasting handout? So, you have this page of bind runes. And you're attempting to cast from this page, but this spell is above your level. I think tongues is level 2.
Oh.
So you need to make a Arcana check,
Ooh, okay.
and the DC will be 10 plus the spell's level, which I think is 2.
Alright.
And the spell will disappear regardless of whether you're successful or not.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Nice.
man.
I think that should do it.
I got it. Oh, yeah, nice.
Where is it? Tongues. Oh, it's 3rd level. That's alright. That would just be 13.
Whoa, that is a high-level spell.
Alright,
This
so
was
you...
very expensive. I hope this saves someone.
So you're able to cast this spell, and all of a sudden you can understand everyone.
Oh, I can understand everyone.
You can understand
okay.
everyone.
Okay.
But you won't be... I don't know if it'll give you the ability to talk, to communicate, though. It grants the creature you touch, so presumably yourself... Oh, well, you could touch somebody else with this. The ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says.
I think that means I could...
That sounds like it would mean that you could you'd be understood as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you cast it on yourself?
Yeah, I'll cast it on myself.
Okay, so for the next hour, you can communicate with the entire party.
Oh, awesome! All right, guys! Oh!
Twink! What was that?
Yes, it is I! Twink!
It's a foul.
No, Yame, you can still be here. We'll do the sorry, I didn't mean to pivot so
no, it's fine.
so in such a long-winded way.
Happy to jump, that's fine. In and out.
Twink, what did you do? Holy fume! What?
I don't know, just read this spell that I found on the beach. All right.
And Hembe can understand you. She turns to you. She's like, I can understand you. Incredible. That seems like very powerful magic indeed. Definitely not divine magic.
Oh, I'm sure. This is surely a good thing. Now you can heal everyone that needs to be healed, right?
Oh, well, we would need to do a
Right?
ritual first, but...
What?
Before... would you please explain to my friend and colleague here, my new friend, Ivan, he was able to tell me his name, that it was Batotama, the mother of mud, rain, and fertility, who saved us.
I sort of see my hour, or well, no, I don't know it's an hour. I sort of see my future of translating between these two. And so maybe I make a few artistic interpretations of these translations to be done. I'll be like, Hembe is, he believes in the mud mother, of course, but, she thinks your lizard guy's all right. You go for it. You pray to him. I don't know. Something along those lines.
Ivan says, well, it is true. I of course respect Ms. Hembe very much indeed. We are in the same profession, but perhaps it is possible that it is not Shkar, the lizard folk god of storms and wind, but rather Shutu.
Hutu? Oh, no.
Shutu is a hippo god. I know some of these things. I've learned about them in my studies. And Hembe hears him say Shutu. And she turns to you and says, Shutu? Twig, is Ivan saying that it's not Shkar but Shutu?
Yes, maybe.
That's very generous of him to compromise in that way.
Yes, definitely, Shutu.
I could also see that perhaps it wasn't Batotama, but perhaps it was Shutu. Shutu is a hippo god of storms and lightning.
Well, yes. I
Makes
mean,
sense.
that. Yep. You know, Ivan Hembe is like says you're right on the money. Right on the coins.
What are coins?
Rings.
What are rings?
Spot on.
Well, okay then. Perhaps Shutu. Well, you know what? I mean, Shka and Shutu are both gods of thunder and lightning and such. Maybe they are simply different names for the same god. And
That's.
but yes, in that case, it is essential that we perform a ritual to thank these gods for freeing us, and to let them know where we are, in case they have lost us. Otherwise, we risk their ire, and that could mean starvation and dehydration, disease.
Yes. Yes, you should look into the what you need to go about your duties for the ritual. I understand rituals can be very time consuming. You need a lot of preparation.
Hembe says, well, we don't have the ingredients for a ritual, but we hardly have time to search for them now. People are hungry, and if the rain stops, we will become thirsty again very quickly as well, and we'll need to find shelter, but maybe as soon as we find somewhere safe, perhaps we can begin looking into this ritual.
Very good. Very, very prudent.
Thank you for translating. I appreciate it. Bless you, my child.
Ooh. Thank
Okay.
you.
And so, Yame, you go off and you begin searching for herbs or edible herbs or healing herbs, any useful herbs.
Yes,
With
just useful anything, honestly, but mostly leaves, because I feel like meat we can kind of find if there's horses around. From the sound of it, we can do some hunting, but we're going to struggle with the herbivores.
Did you say leaves?
Any leaves, any sort of berries, just edible anything that's around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to have like a good look around this hex.
Yeah, I'll take some time, even if I'm, wandering a little bit. But we'll try and keep, a sort of small group of maybe 3 or 4 people, mostly together, but kind of spread out in a small area so we can all still see each other. I think going off completely alone is probably a bad idea.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
Okay.
And I'll say if some of these people are going to help you. Maybe there's also a couple of capybara folk
Okay.
who approach you. They can speak Savannah Common, and they appear to be a couple. One of them introduces himself. My name is Junto, and this is my name is Peludo, and this is my wife Junti. We are gardeners and farmers. We would also like to help.
Please, any help is needed. Just
And
need
so
food.
a few of these people can help, and because of that, I think I will... Let me see.
Let's hope they do better than me with my...
I'll roll another few times for them, and... Give me another roll. You can have advantage.
Thank you. Nope.
Okay. We're still kind of in these plains. There's some trees around, but you're able to move around relatively quickly as you're sort of looking for these herbs and things. And so it probably takes you about 4.5 hours. You have a good look around this entire area, and at the end of 4.5 hours, you come up empty-handed, and none of these people are able to find anything in this area, unfortunately.
Okay. I guess we'll reconvene with everyone else, and just as I'm walking up, just give a really sad, like, shake of the head. Maybe not to everyone, but maybe just to our little group of 4.
Damn. Sorry, did you have something else that you wanted to do? Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to use up the spell, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to make sure that, well, I wanted to see if anyone wanted to like move further inland after Eyame gets back. Like further into the trees. Reti or Vendaros.
Yeah, we can still understand Twig, so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the next hour. You
Okay.
can have this conversation before, like while Eyame and the others are out.
Vendaris is very excited to speak to Twig. Known for like months and months. It's like, okay, that was a ridiculous castle. We really have to get there as soon as possible. With many people. We're probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I hit that water source. But time's against us, and the longer we wait, the harder it's going to be. Were you thinking the same? Maybe you can ask Brady as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we
Hey, Twig.
We gotta get to this castle. We gotta.
Yes.
We gotta recuperate and go. And I think, yeah, we should find a little place in a sheltered place away from the rain. On the way, get some warmth going, and yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can move towards the tree line. If we can put maybe the lids on the barrels, we can roll them along or something.
Lids on the barrels. Oh wait, no, we can't leave yet.
Let's work the other thing.
Yeah, once the scavenging party gets back.
Also, Eyame, I should have mentioned that I would have added +2 to both of your survival checks for your herbalism kit, but they're still really low rolls. I apologise. You didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured there was nothing to do about that.
Actually, I don't apologise. It's the dice. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
Every time it's something key, like, trying to hit somebody in a fight or find some food, I fail at it. And all the little ones, I do fine. Like, I found another barrel. Great.
Well, I apologise in an empathic way.
Fine. At least have a blanket now, so that's nice,
That's
right?
true. But it is soaking wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you come back and it is the sun is beginning to set. Unless Twig, did you want to use your communication powers, translation powers for any other things?
Has anyone seen my goat?
Yeah. Okay. So actually, as you look around, you see
Everyone.
just everyone. Has anyone seen my goat? Have you seen a goat? You see a fairly young Anubian who is standing in one of the trees a little way away from you, and he has actually 2 goats and also a pig and a chicken under his arm, and he's got like a rope that's kind of tied to the pig, but the goats are sort of just sitting there kind of grazing, and he's just kind of standing there sort of like looking around, wondering what to do.
Excuse me, sir. I believe that one of those may be my goat. Thank you very much for looking after it this whole time. You've done a great service. But I'm here now, and I can take it back.
Okay. Did you just grab the goat?
I'm gonna move towards the goat. I'm not yet touching the goat. I'm moving.
He sees you kind of inching towards this goat. He's like, hello. You can speak my language. You look like you would be from the jungle. Is this your goat?
Yes. One of these, I believe it's my goat, right? I'm not just like one of it looks like my goat, right?
Oh, I'll say you're pretty convinced it's your goat.
Oh, good. Yeah, this one right here. The dots on his forehead, very distinctive.
He kind of like looks at the goat with the dots on its forehead. Oh, beg your pardon. I didn't mean to steal your goat. I used to be a livestock farmer, you see, and I was just trying to collect some of these animals. I thought maybe we could. Well, I mean, it's not going to be enough to start again. I'm not going to lie to you. One doesn't simply domesticate wild animals, and we've only got, like, I can only see about 5 or 6 of them around. 4 of them are here. But you know, what can I say? If you want your goat back, you can go ahead.
That's a really good idea. Just start a farm with what you have.
Yeah, but
I think
2 goats, a pig, and a chicken isn't going to start much of a farm. Unless we can create some sort of weird hybrid animal. But I've been in livestock farming for a little while. My father was a livestock farmer, and I've never seen such a strange thing as a hybrid chicken. Sorry, I'm out of sorts. I'm very hungry, cold, and a little bit down, to be honest. It takes years to start a collection of docile animals, and I just don't see it happening.
Well, I still think you're the best person to be caring for these guys at the moment. You never know. You never know what might happen. What kind of creatures this land might hold.
That's true. Although it scares me as well. Who knows what we could run into?
And it should scare you.
It does.
Very good. Sudden shell shock.
But yeah, I mean, I suppose I shouldn't be too down about it. After all, I could look at it as good luck that we found these animals. But yeah, look, I'm certainly happy to. He kind of goes like, and kind of calls these goats over. And unlike when you attempted to get the goat to do what you wanted, one of these goats kind of come a little bit closer. I'm happy to look after this one for you, and you can, take her back whenever you wish.
Well, thank you very much, sir. You're the perfect person for this, really. Yeah.
Thank you. It's going to be a task. To be honest, I'm thinking at this rate we're going to end up having to eat these animals anyway, so I don't know if it's going to come to much, but at least we'll have some food. So that's something.
That is true. But hopefully we can find some at some point.
Hopefully. Well, how'd those foragers do? They seem to... Oh, there they are. They're coming back now. Oh, no. They look pretty empty-handed. That Anubian fellow's shaking his head. He looks as depressed as I am.
Yeah. He walks up. You can tell, like, his shoulders are set. His head is down. He is not happy. He's trying to keep it as low key as possible, but I don't think he's hiding it well.
Oh,
He doesn't want to cause panic, but he definitely wants to be very honest with everybody.
My name's Rye, by the way. He'll hold his hand out to both of you.
ah.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see a fellow Anubian. But yeah, maybe you'll have some more luck foraging down the track, I suppose.
I think we need to go deeper. But I don't think we can move everyone as far as we need to. Sounds like
Well-
there's some shelter, but it's a little further away.
Yeah, you do look pretty tired.
Yeah, there's a couple of us not doing so well. Kind of turns around and starts looking out for where Vendaris is, maybe still sitting and being tended to. Just kind of nods and turns back.
I'll give Vendaros... I'll give you this healer's kit, actually.
So what's the mechanics of the healer's kit?
So you can use 5 charges to give yourself a hit die.
Okay.
Otherwise, it works the same way. So one charge will still bring someone back from unconscious.
Okay. Thanks.
Very-
Vendaris just
Go on.
yells out to Ayame. Have you spoken to Twig yet? Speak to Twig.
Twig still speaking my language, or is Twig back to
Oh, yeah, not at this point.
Oh,
I'm like,
probably think I'm hallucinating now.
Definitely. He's like, are you okay?
Oh, we had this great conversation. We had a plan. We had this. We talked about these gods.
How did you gesture all of that? That's crazy. How good is your charades game? I fucking hate
Twigs they got into my mind. Yeah. It might happen again. Who knows?
Okay, so the plan is to keep going. Do we stay here? What did you decide between charades games?
Charades and gods.
That's their version of D&D.
We talked about heading into the forest, but Tom was against us. Twig agreed, but it's difficult to move so many exhausted. Now, from a game point of view, hour-wise, do we need to rest up before we move again, or are we in the edge of rolling for exhaustion?
Yeah, so you... Let me just have a look, because I think that you can do a... Oh no, because it's not going to be particularly... Yeah, you're pretty much on the... You'd have to roll for exhaustion at this point. You can typically move 8 hours a day, and you can also jog an extra hex, but only on a trail or in clear terrain. And you can also choose to move faster when you move, but then you lose, you take a hit to your perception and your stealth and your survival. But yeah, at the moment, if you move further, you risk exhaustion.
I mean,
Can we move to the edge of the fig trees in the forest without being exhausted?
Yeah, that would be... That's in the next hex. Because I'm just looking at this hex here.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if we just move to the next hex, risk exhaustion, but be able to rest. I mean,
It's worth it.
yeah, that was sort of what I was thinking.
You would also know, though, that, as you asked before, it will be extremely difficult to rest in the rain. But I'll say if you can kind of get into the forest, that, maybe it'll be a little bit easier. It'll give you some shelter.
Actually, how dry was it? If I inspected the hex, then I would have gotten close enough to the edge to kind of see into the next one. Obviously, it's not laid out like that in real life, but did it look any drier or much drier? Was it in any way better covered because there were more trees, or the canopy was thicker or anything like that?
It would be fairly hard for you to see from where you are given the rain and everything, but you can give me a perception check if you want to try to see it. Also,
I assume I would have been looking out as I went, is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Would Vindaris convey the information since they were walking through it the previous day? So we would have picked up on the change of environment if it was like noticeably drier?
Well, you would be able to say that it's not like a super thick forest in that sense. So it's like, I mean, it's thick enough, but it's not like a dense canopy sort of thing. So it would still be pretty wet in there. It'd be drier, and there would be places you could look for, but it would still be pretty wet. And Eyame, the 13, you can probably in this rain, it's like pretty hard. You feel like it's going to be drier.
Yeah, more which makes sense. Okay, fair enough. I guess I'll report back to Vindaris, since I can't communicate with Twig as well as Vindaris seems to.
Oh, don't worry, we had a good chat. Isn't that right, Twig?
I'm devastated I've lost his power.
Exaggerated nodding.
Yeah.
Hang on, I know that nod. Yeah, I think we definitely need to move.
Yeah. Alright, should we start trying to convince everyone to come with us?
Yeah, even if we load up some of the barrels, I can carry a full barrel. Or, get the mastodons as well to carry the larger barrels with goods.
We have crates, we've got the torches, we'll need to bring all of it.
Yeah.
I can take something. My hands are free.
I'll say that all of these refugees are quite happy to help take as many of these valuable things as they can, and they're all keen to follow you. They want water and food, and the promise of it's kind of spread around the group that there is like maybe a castle of some kind. They don't know what that is. Castle?
Maybe
It's only 30 minutes away.
30 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes. Maybe we can try and sort of arrange the group then, if everyone's happy to come with us. Anyone who's carrying any of the barrels or torches or crates or anything kind of stays in the middle, and we have people who are unencumbered around the outside to sort of guard in case anything tries to attack. Try and keep everyone pretty close.
They're all happy to do that. They all kind of waited for you to return. Almost all of them are unarmed, and they've seen that you guys are sort of have taken responsibility in terms of protection and executive leadership, despite how much Farrick is trying to intervene. And so they'll follow along. You'll be a little bit slower because you have this whole group with you, but they will go with you and carry a bunch of these things. Which way did you want to go? I guess just in southwest.
Yeah, I guess in the direction of that castle. I'll let the other three sort of take the lead more on that side and direct, and I'll just sort of follow and keep watch. Maybe bring up the back.
Okay.
Keep an eye on anything coming up from behind.
Yeah. Vindaris definitely signals to Twig that we're going to head out. As we talked about before. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Actually, I can't see anything because everyone's frozen. But yes.
Yeah, we seem to be having some connection difficulties. But okay, so you begin walking to the southwest. So everyone except for Eyame, give me a con save.
Nice.
Sorry.
Ooh.
I'm scared.
Nice.
Oh my god! That's great.
But unfortunately, Twig, you get 1 level of exhaustion.
Very
R.I.P.
good.
Twig.
Oh, sorry.
I said R.I.P. Twig. We hardly need you.
And it probably takes you about 3 hours. And it is now well into the evening. It continues to rain, but you don't encounter anything else.
Is it drier?
It's a little bit drier.
Could we set up a little fire or some such?
Not, you wouldn't be able to light a fire. Unless maybe you could, not like where you are right now, kind of looking around, you don't see any immediate place where a fire wouldn't just be, just snuffed out by the rain.
Could I have a little look around for a little cave or something? Big cave, maybe?
You can search the hex, but it would take, it depends how long you want to search. And it depends,
Does it feel like the rain is progressively getting more and more shut up? Is the forest getting like thicker as we're going, or does it just stay the same?
It probably gets a little bit thicker as you're going. You're still kind of at the edge of the forest, so it wouldn't be this definitely isn't the thickest part of the forest.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'll just be like, maybe let's keep walking.
Okay. Okay, so at this point, in order to continue in the direction that you want to go in, trying to get back to this castle, you'll need to try to navigate. So someone needs to be in charge of navigation and give me a survival check.
Now, in saying that, I'm just trying to use logic. Because we came through the forest and we came back along the coast.
Mm-hmm.
If we keep the coast on our right, safety and use it as a guide, would that help? Assist?
Yeah, you can definitely just follow the coastline if you kind of walk a little bit further to the north and sort of keep the shore in sight through the tree line. Yeah, you can do that. That will prevent you from getting lost for sure.
Using that as a reference.
Cool. Okay. So you travel for it'll take another 3 hours. You're a little bit slowed down because of this group and you're kind of traveling through this forest. So everyone give me another con save.
Including me this time?
No, you're okay because you haven't traveled before this.
Oh no! Oh no!
After that 20, I knew it was going to look too good.
Oh.
And let me just look. Okay. Yeah, so the DC will increase every time you do this. So Reddy and Vindaris, you both gain a level of exhaustion. Twig, you're okay.
Does it seem like we could set up camp here and have a fire?
At this point, it just continues raining at about the same, to about the same extent, and it's maybe getting a little bit thicker, but you don't think, I mean, you've been through this forest before, you don't think this forest is gonna, like, again, it's not like the canopy gets so thick that it's gonna shelter you from the rain. This kind of, you know, it's like sort of like one of those, like, it's like a pine forest, kind of like a you know, so there's a fair bit of, you can see the sky in a lot of places.
You know that Vindaris also slowing down as well. Walking.
Perhaps they should just stop and rest.
Yeah, it would be
can
now.
we rest?
Yeah.
Sorry, can we rest here?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
You can try.
I've got a question mechanically.
You can rest
My
wherever
speed's
you want.
halved. My
Sorry.
speed's halved.
Yeah.
My speed's halved at the moment. Is that just more time to travel to the next hex
Yes.
as in the group?
Yep. I'll say I was already slowing you down by an hour because you're leading this group. So I'll just I would slow you down by just 1 more hour, I think.
Does it have, yeah. So I was just going to ask, would it have the exhaustion sort of rules in Foundry? Or is it just external?
What was that, sorry?
Do you have the exhaustion rules in Foundry? Are they there?
Oh, no.
Okay, all good. I just looked them up.
How many levels have you got? 1? 2?
Should just be 1, yeah.
1. So 1 is just disadvantage on ability checks. And then so Vindaros, you have disadvantage on ability checks, and yeah, you're also like half speed. But Reddy, Twig, you can like when you say like can you rest here, like you can try to rest. It's just that it's raining, so it's just going to be really hard. You can't light a fire. It's going to be cold. But you are starting to feel the drag of sleep.
Yeah, I guess.
You'll see Reddy sort of huddle up against this tree and retreat into his shell.
He's called it.
Even though Vindaris is slowing down, he still wants to push on because he knows how vital it is to.
I'll get back up if I see Vindaris.
But if and this is a mechanical question again. I'm a little out of practice.
Me too.
We continue pushing on for another. You said, and we'd slow down another hour, so it would be another 4 hours to travel to the next hex. We've already done 6 hours of travel today, not including the travel that the rest of you guys all did earlier.
Yep.
At that point, we're all risking exhaustion, right?
Correct.
Like everyone in the group. Okay. So maybe we should try and stop.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Especially those with small legs, you know. Especially Pache. He's looking real rough.
It's still with us.
He's just being dragged.
I'm pretty much pushing him along at this point. He's just like,
Yeah, he probably, like, eventually he got up and he's walking. He's kind of like the last person in this big
I'm like
this big
kicking out
company.
because he's like right in front of me.
The second last person.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going.
Yeah, like I feel like at some point Vindara starts to drop back and back and back, and eventually he's kind of in line with me, and I'm like, we should stop.
Yeah.
We should stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not going to be able to rest properly though because we can't eat. We don't have enough food for everyone. We don't have enough water for everyone.
So you can still, you'd be able to drink because of the rain, I'll say.
Yeah, I feel like people have been doing that throughout the day, but definitely food is an issue.
Yeah, actually, people probably wouldn't be able to catch water while they're walking very much, but you can stop and it's still raining heavily enough that it would be, there's probably various puddles and things around as well, like, if people are getting desperate. And as for
Water
food,
off the leaves.
yeah, the people are definitely getting exhausted and definitely very, very hungry.
At least I'm just thinking, if we rest, then when we travel our next stints, that's fine until we get to those 8 hours.
What do you mean?
Like, if we rest, I know our hit points and all that doesn't recover, but when we start traveling again, we're not rolling for exhaustion to begin with. We can
Yeah,
travel
that's
for those
true.
8 hours.
If you
Yeah.
can rest.
Yeah.
Wait, just to be clear again, sorry, to keep rehashing, but to be able to travel without incurring exhaustion, do we need to take a long rest? And then if so, do we need food, do you say?
Yep.
Don't we not have food?
Oh, okay.
So,
Do you not have food?
do we?
I have
Yeah.
one ration.
Yeah, I've got 2 rations on me, but that's not
I
enough
have-
for everyone. Like that we
no, I do have a
cover
couple,
ourselves
sorry, yeah.
minus Vindaros.
But I guess everyone else will be incurring exhaustion,
Yeah.
whoever doesn't. Okay.
So,
Yeah, the problem is what makes the most sense. Because none of it's really going to be much help.
so you've got like a few rations. You can most
Yeah,
of you
there's a
can eat.
couple.
Yeah, but I'm thinking everybody, 100 people,
Oh yeah,
they don't have that much food.
they're just hungry. They're exhausted. They're going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Some of them have probably got some rations, some things that they've scrounged from the beach and will be able to eat them. But many other people are going to have, kind of sleepless nights.
Yeah, so no matter what, we're going to be slowing down pretty quickly, I think, to account for people's exhaustion as it continues to build, unless we find some food. But
Well, if we have all stopped, I mean, if there's ready, we'll try and look around for as much cover as you can find and sort of take a seat.
yeah, maybe we split into smaller groups around a couple of trees and try and stick close to the leafier parts of the canopy.
Okay.
And then people will get some cover and some warmth from the people around them.
All right. So if you're going to try to sleep in the rain, give me a survival check. And roll at disadvantage because there's no fire or anything to keep you warm.
We're going to need some watches too. Oh no.
Fuck.
Just thinking. Before it does, Vindaros, can he use one of the barrels, the empty barrel, to help him start a fire? Like tilted on an angle, so you've got the opening, it's protected from rain and wind to start a fire. If it's upside down.
What would you light to start the fire? Like, what would you use as kindling?
Ah, yes, true. Is there any pine, like underneath, if there's logs that are falling down, pine needles on the floor underneath?
Yeah, I guess everything's wet.
Yeah. I'll just go for it.
I mean, you could scrounge around to try to find something like that. Oh. Okay, all of you gain 1 level of
Eyame is
exhaustion.
happy to assist trying to find something for a fire. Obviously, he knows sort of what to do, but he does stop short and be like, "Anyone got a free dagger?"
Wait, no, I have pyrite. But everything's wet.
Yeah, I'm happy to try and see if we can find anything for kindling if Vindaris is sharing his thoughts.
I mean, you might be able to find some kindling, but I'm not sure about the barrel idea because it won't be able to. The fire wouldn't get any air. Or how would you?
Well, I'm assuming he means like sort of lean it up on an angle so that it's protected from the rain, but it's got some airflow through on the sides. So maybe leaning against a tree or something.
Oh yeah, so it's kind of like the cylinder. So the opening of it is kind of like at an angle, and then the fire would be underneath that.
Yeah. So
You can give me a survival check if you want to try to look for some dry kindling.
Do you want us both to roll, or are we?
Maybe one of you roll with advantage.
Do you want to do it, Vindaris? I'm having a really hard time today.
Yeah.
I guess we both are a little bit, but you know. Oh, good job. Better than I would have done.
All right, I'll say with 15, you can find under some. I'll say you find like, under some logs and things, and kind of. You can find some stuff kind of piled up under like a big root that's kind of jutting out from this tree, and there's a bunch of kind of pine needles and things under there. And you can get some twigs and things that just kind of happen to be in places under trees and such that they seem dry enough. And you can collect together like a little bit of kindling, maybe enough to start like a small fire.
Okay. Then I guess my dagger question is very pertinent. So I'll turn back.
Well, Twig has pyrite.
But I don't know that.
Oh yeah, you can't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'll see this. I'll bring it out.
Like I
see this like fire.
Like I'm about to start the fire, and I'm just like, shit. Like I grab the flint out, and I'm like, wait a minute. And start looking around to see if I can find that very, very blunt dagger that I borrowed. But I think that guy walked away. I think he was in the 100 that would have left.
Well, I think Twig, you were saying that you would hold out the pyrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you trying to make this fire. So
Yeah.
I'll.
Yeah, you can.
Do I have to use it up?
No.
Okay,
it's
good.
just basically a tinder kit now. So
Nice.
you can do that, and you can, I will say, successfully light a small fire underneath this barrel. Many people try to huddle around. Many others kind of figure it's sort of useless. If the four of you kind of lie around it, you can roll again to see if this little bit of warmth helps you sleep in the rain.
I'm assuming at this point everyone's just kind of crushed in, and we're all just like, okay, this is how we sleep.
Strong together.
So is this a straight roll now to see if we can sleep?
Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll have a look at your roll before. So.
Don't look at those.
Okay, Vindaris still can't sleep. Ready, 12. Oh, in the rain, I think still can't sleep.
What about inside his
Wait,
shell? I mean, he's
Inside his shell.
Is that's pre-modifiers though?
Pre-modifiers? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. My bad. Yeah, still Vindaris. No, ready.
Yeah, that was a different one. Sorry.
Ready, roll me. I don't know if you shall. Give me one more roll, just to see.
Just a straight roll or survival? What do you want?
Survival check. Just one more survival check to see if your shell kind of helps out.
Against the DM.
What was that? 15. Oh. 15 in the rain. Oh. I will say in your shell, sleeping by this fire, you can kind of get into like a bit of a dry patch under a tree. We'll say that you are able to sleep.
I mean, he does have, I think, disadvantage on ability checks. He's exhausted.
Oh, you're right. You're right. In that case, you do not. Roll one more time. Roll one more time.
Can Vindaros use his sail and put it over us as well?
Yeah. How would you do that?
Tie off the four corners to trees or branches if there's enough, or if there's only two trees on a tilt as well, and then the barrel underneath, and then us around it.
That sounds like a good night's sleep. I won't get you to roll in that case. I'll say that you all are able to get a good night's sleep. That does the trick.
You're a genius, Vindaros.
And then those other barrels will be collecting water at the end of the tarp.
Nice.
As it
All good
floods
for the
off.
runoff. Yeah.
The only thing is you've all got to eat though.
Yeah.
I think was everyone able to eat?
Oh, but Darius doesn't have any rations.
Yeah, I have 2 lots of rations. Maybe I can hand Vindaris one of them, and then he gets half food. It's still not enough, but it's something.
Well, I was thinking if we were retconning before, because I only had one ration when we camped the previous long rest.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that if I ate, because I drank,
No, you got to have
I
your,
would.
you got to have your daily requirement.
Is there any wine left? It's quite calorically dense.
No, Pache would have drunk all of the wine.
Pache.
Am I misunderstanding what you mean, Angela?
Yeah, because we retconned it from the last rest that we had. I only ate one ration under the impression that it was a long rest with the exhaustion, and it was removed, but it wasn't because I didn't eat enough.
Yep.
Knowing that, I wouldn't have just wasted a ration to eat it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I would have
Like you would have looked at
previous
that and gone like,
rations,
that is not a sufficient amount of food. Yeah,
There's
that
no
works.
point.
Yeah, of course.
and then with Ayame's one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Nice.
And hand that off and make sure that
Yay. Awesome.
he's not eating.
All right, cool. So everyone then I think can have a long rest.
Just to confirm again, I think you said earlier. No, wait. So carnivore. I have carnivore rations. I'm not omnivore, so I only need to eat one.
Yeah. So
It's
you
omnivore. There are rations that are halves.
yeah. So for you, your ration is sufficient. You can eat any ration.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll just maybe go on a 5-minute break. But yeah, do you set watches? We'll just say I'm just going to say that nothing happens in the night. There is a huge group of people. You hear some strange sounds, like this potentially creatures moving around in the forest out there. But you know it's raining, and like nothing is going to approach like 100+ creatures like sleeping in this big huddle around this fire. So nothing happens in the night. And yeah, let's do a 5-minute break.
Survival's hard.
I just love the idea that Eyame comes back and genuinely thinks that Vindaros is like high. Because he's like, what do you mean you talk
Been a long
quick?
day.
What do you mean?
Could I also use 5 charges and roll 1 hit dice during the long rest?
Yeah, you can do that.
How do you edit your hit dice? Because I was back to 0. I was going to add it to 1 and then roll.
You
Maybe let me use the healer's cube. I'll pull it back to... Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to do that thing anymore where, like, when you click on it, it just uses it. So, yeah, just, I guess, drop it down to 0. As for the hit die, I think maybe if you edit your sheet and then click the cog next to the hit die, I can do it for you. You can put a 1 in. Well, I'll let you.
Edit.
So edit the sheet and then click that little cog next to where it says hit dice. And then you can just put a 1 in the first field and save changes.
I was looking for the edit button. Cool. On the top left.
Alright, and so you wake up the next morning having had a little bit of a rough sleep, but you all are able to recover 1 level of exhaustion. And in the early hours, only about 2 hours prior to when you wake up, it stopped raining. And you've slept in a little bit. The sun has been up for a couple of hours, but everyone was so exhausted that you feel it was very much needed. And you know, the birds are out. The sun is a little bit brighter than it was. And there's kind of there's a breeze blowing through these trees. And at this point, it's like still pretty cold. It's still probably maybe around like 7 degrees or something like that. And you can still see these like clouds in the sky, but everyone kind of pulls themselves up, and you know, they look to you to decide what to do next, to tell them what to do.
I guess we start to, gather, deconstruct, collect all of our things. Maybe we can take a bit of time working out if we're walking straight, if we're turning in the direction, I guess. Sort of defer to those who have already travelled this way for some advice there. But I'm assuming the move is to get moving and deal with exhaustion from everyone else as it comes up.
Yeah, as long as we keep moving in this direction, and we're going to be intercepted by a stone wall. We step over it, and we'll follow that inland. That's the route we took previously.
How far was the castle from, I guess, the beach? Like, was it a long walk, or was it?
The castle seemed... because you didn't take a direct route to the beach. I think you kind of like...
We followed that sort of wall, I guess, along.
Yeah, you went back to the wall, and then...
Oh, sorry, true, yeah.
So it probably took you maybe like 4 hours to get to the beach, I think, something like that.
Well, Freddie will suggest then, as we start to head off, maybe we can sort of spread out a little bit so that we can, if anyone comes across any berries or rations of any kind, if we're sort of in a single file across, then there's more chance of someone seeing something.
How are you charading this to us? Because I'm assuming...
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I'll be like...
I got that.
Yes.
I'll tell the jungle people, and I feel like once we start doing it, it should be fairly easy to catch on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lead
I'll
by
still kind of pull up the
demonstration.
rear, I guess. Keep an eye on stragglers and whatever, try and shepherd everyone together. But yeah, definitely keeping an eye out as we go. Especially now that it's not raining, maybe we can move a little slower.
I think Reddy will try and make sure that one of us is probably on the side of the closest to the jungle in case something, I don't know, we hear something, probably be a bit more attentive than the random whoever folk.
So, do you want to move more slowly to keep more of an eye out?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, I'd assume we can drop the pace a little bit and maybe better inspect just to see if we can find anything. Again, I'd be looking for any sort of useful healing items, herbs for a herbalism kit, but also food.
Okay. And Reddy, you said you're keeping your eye out, but it's mostly for like dangers, or?
Well, more looking for food, but just kind of.
Okay.
I guess whoever's on the end, yeah, will probably be looking for changes instead of food, keeping more of a watch. Actually, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you would probably have to do one or the other, I would say.
Yeah. All right. So if Reddy's on the end, he'll probably not bother looking for food. He'll just sort of be watching, trying to listen to see if he can hear any insects, basically.
Okay.
Can I?
Yep.
Can I also look for food?
Okay. Give me, anyone who's looking for food, a survival check. And
Normal.
you can have advantage on the check because you're moving slowly.
I was also trying to. Oh yes, came through.
Even the herbs
stopped.
as well? Food?
Wait.
Food.
Food.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that hit die. Even though I've got my hit die back, I was trying to roll it and I couldn't seem to roll it on my sheet.
Oh,
Go to interrupt.
just go up to the where it says short rest up the top, the little fork and knife.
Oh,
Click on that.
yes.
And then you can just hit the roll button and it'll do it. Do it for
Thanks.
you. That's alright. Okay, so it takes you 4 hours to follow the coast through the forest in this direction. So that would make it just after midday. And sure enough, as you kind of are trudging through this forest, it's still quite damp, you do soon come across this ancient stone wall that's kind of mostly in ruins. Just inside the forest edge before this embankment that's leading to the beach. You can also see this place nearby where the pines, you kind of pass before you reach the wall, this place where the pine trees sort of grow right up near the shoreline. Retty, you don't see any threats coming through the trees as you're kind of leading this group through the forest. But the rest of you who are looking for food and herbs and things, you in fact find some small shrubs and things that have these purple-colored flowers on them. And with your knowledge of herbalism, also you can add your proficiency if you have a herbalism kit. Not that you need it at this point. You can recognize that this plant is some kind of healing. It's like a healing herb. The leaves of this plant, maybe the flowers themselves actually, can be kind of pulled off, and you would need to like crush them into like a drink. And if you were to drink that, you feel that there would be enough of these herbs that it would produce essentially the effect of a potion of healing. But you need to like crush like a whole bunch of them. It'd take you some time to do that. It'll require some preparation.
Okay, can we maybe just try and gesture for anyone who can carry things, or anyone who has spare pouches, looking at you, Twig.
Yes.
I've got one with maybe some stuff in it. Actually, I had a question to ask. Did you hand me an empty pouch, Twig?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'd use that and try and fill it with as many of the flowers as possible. Try and gesture to other people that these are good to have. Maybe the, I'm assuming the hippo and chameleon, not that I met them, would know what I'm doing as well. Maybe try and help out.
Yeah, they would definitely be interested in coming over and looking at these. Also, like Lazarus is a herbalist, and these capybara people as well. They would have identified these as well. And actually, you you can collect like enough of those flowers to keep on hand to kind of crush later. Well, you could stop and crush them now, although now that it's no longer raining, the water is being drunk and everyone is short on food. But it's up to you what you want to do.
I think just pick them and take them. That makes sense. Just keep them on hand for later.
Okay.
Crush them whenever we stop moving.
But with all of these rolls, you also find a walnut tree that seems to. There's been like you find probably actually a small cluster of walnut trees that have dropped a bunch of these nuts on the ground. A bunch of these like acorns. No, walnuts are from walnuts.
Yeah.
Acorns are from oak trees. Okay, so walnuts from
You
walnut
can't eat
trees. Oh yeah, you got to like prepare acorn. I think you
have to
could
cook
eat them,
them,
but you have to
boil them.
Okay, find a bunch of walnuts. And although it's like winter and there's definitely not like as many as you would hope, you're able to kind of scrounge around and find like several of these on the ground, under things and whatnot. They've kind of survived long enough that you are able to find, I'm gonna say, for yourselves this is some a few other people are able to find some as well, but you find 3 herbivore rations. And yeah, so some of the other refugees can also kind of have something to eat as well.
Well, I'm out of pouches, so someone else will have to collect those.
I am also out of pouches.
Who's got space?
Oh, but Yame, you have... Oh no, because they're not going to fit in there, are they? Because they're small.
I mean, I do have the map case. Potentially I could put something, if I dry it. I don't want to damage the map, but maybe I can make some room in there and put some things in.
Well,
That seems reasonable. Although, oh yeah, the map case is in the... Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got it on my little net backpack situation.
Yeah, you can probably fit a couple of rations at least. Twig, were you going to say
Maybe
something?
2?
no, just we also have barrels that we could potentially store stuff in.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you've met a few individuals who you might trust enough to carry these rations for you.
Maybe we can combine all the water, because I'm assuming we left as many of the barrels out as possible to collect water. Maybe we've just got the one empty barrel from the fire, and it's also dried from the fire a little bit on the inside.
Yep, okay.
So maybe that's where we can put them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to add 3 rations into my pockets, and we can just remember that they're in a barrel for flavor.
That barrel-aged ration.
It's nice and smoky in there. You get some
Smoky walnuts, yeah.
But as you are kind of putting these suspiciously acorn-like walnuts into this barrel, you hear a cry for help from the back of the group, some way back in the forest. And you think that you hear Ubla, the warthog, calling out, "Help!" And you also hear a woman's voice, and it is in Jungle Common, shouting, "Stay back!"
Rush back. Rush to their voices.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rush back to the back of the group, and you come across this scene. You see Ubla, the warthog, just dressed in rags. He's got these like long dreads, and you also see the Felid, the panther Felid, who you rescued from the sharkling attack, and you can see she's limping. She's got these like probably bandages. Maybe she's got these bloody linen bandages like wrapped around her leg. Maybe she was able to scrounge some. And she's got her kind of claws out, and she's standing between Ubla and these other 4 individuals. There is a lion folk who you noticed before had, I think Lazarus was a little bit concerned about this lion folk. You know, golden mane and fur, and would usually be very muscly, but he's a bit atrophied, and he's got these very sharp claws. And you see this Canid, this dog folk, with mottled red and black fur and these big round ears and this big snarling, toothy maw. You also see the honey badger person that you saw before. Just this short, muscular creature, also atrophied though, with like black fur and this like white stripe down its back, and it's actually holding a club that it's found. Oh. You also see the 4th creature is this eagle folk, this white eagle creature that is standing there with its taloned arms at the ready. It's unarmed. And Carly, who is her name is I guess you haven't yet spoken with her, but the panther Felid is like standing in between Ubla and these carnivores, and she is like kind of shouting out like, "Stay back! He's not for eating!" And all of these creatures, they all speak Savannah Common. And the lion is like, "Why shouldn't we? I'm a carnivore. It is my way. It is the circle of life, after all." And this kind of dog folk is kind of snarling like, "Yeah, we're only eating this one stupid pig." And Ubla's like, that's a warthog to you." And the bird folk, the eagle folk is like,
"Come on now, don't fuss. You'll go down a treat."
Yeah, I'm assuming Vindaris and I are in there already. Just getting in between.
So you jump in and just, how do you get in between?
I guess I'm just kind of at least trying to call out to distract the ones that at least speak my language, right? And kind of just step up with hands out in an attempt to de-escalate. Like, I'm not being aggressive, but I'm being quick. And kind of just slide in if I have to, if there's not really a lot of distance. Just kind of gently push people back if I need to.
Do you push at them?
Not aggressively, just sort of gently with a hand. You know, when you sort of place a hand on someone, you're just sort of gently. You're not
they
shoving, just
get up in your face. The lion folk is like,
"Out of my way. We are hungry. We will eat. And if it is not this warthog, then perhaps we shall eat you."
Yeah, we can eat you.
This is not good. We all need to look out for each other here. You are part of this group.
They basically don't listen to you. They just storm forward and start attacking you. They're not willing to listen. They are starving.
That's fine. I've still got the dagger out. If I have to take a swing, I'll take a swing, but I'm trying to avoid doing that. Like, I've sort of got it in the hand, but I'm like, stop. Like, sort of holding it back. No.
The honey badger folk just attempts to like push you out of the way, just like shove you to the ground.
I'll try and resist.
No. Yeah, that's
Oh.
Go, sorry.
No, go.
No, Vindaris is side by side with Eyame, and that's not going to happen. We're not turning on each other now. So how about you go into the savannah there? There was a herd of horses that came running through, and you can find yourself some meaty locals to sink your teeth into.
Out of my way, or I'll eat you, Macedonian.
I don't know if this. Let me know what you think. Vindaris wants to use his trumpet as a horn
Okay.
to signal his other Macedonians for support. So they come trampling in as well, like an elephant would do.
Many people crowd around, including several of these Macedonians, but they're all hesitating. There's like this big lion folk, you know, there's like several of these guys. One of them is like wielding this club, and they're kind of standing back, you know, they're not warriors, and they're also unarmed, and they seem very afraid, and they're kind of standing around like watching, like, you know, waiting to see what happens.
Are they within 4 meters of me? Oh wait, no, they don't need to be.
Have you moved? Yeah, it depends where you are.
No, that's fine. Are they within 18 meters of me?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to reach into my little pouch to get a sprinkle of sand.
As you reach into your pouch, this bird folk is like,
Ah, that one's doing something.
and they turn to you, and the who did I say had the club? The honey badger raises the club and begins like moving in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay,
them.
let's roll for initiative. Let's go to a negotiation map.
Oh. Hey, I'm giving them something that was so hard for us to achieve.
That's true. You could have cast sleep before. Okay, let me make some trees a little bit better than I did last time. I didn't like those trees before.
What do you mean? They were beautiful.
There you go. A little bit nicer.
Whoa. For a second I thought they were the creatures.
We're fucked. Let them eat the warthog.
Yeah, okay, all yours.
Offer up a sacrifice. Sorry.
Alright, so we've got the Felid that you rescued. We've got Oobla. And then we've got some of these guys. Let me see. There's this lion folk and this eagle folk, this canid, and also this honey badger. And so you guys are kind of probably between, so Ubla would be back here, and Felid is back a bit. A couple of you, I think, if you want to move yourselves sort of in between these guys, especially Eyame and Vindaris.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be somewhere around there.
And this honey badger is kind of moving over in the direction of Twig. this lion folk is like up in your face like this, and these guys are kind of standing around like this.
Maybe we'd have a bit of distance between the two of us, Vindaros. Kind of a little bit of space.
He will be here, because wherever you are, he's just up in your face. Well, actually no, because Vindaros was kind of stepping in to like stop him from pushing you, so yeah, we can say he's there.
Okay.
Okay, so Twig, you're attempting to cast sleep. Give me a dexterity check. Just a dexterity check.
A check. So I have 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, so it'll be a disadvantage.
Okay, dexterity. Alright, sorry, 1 second. Okay, disadvantage.
And basically, if you are able to cast this before combat, then you'll miss your action on your turn.
Okay.
Is how I'll do it. And so I will say that this honey badger guy is going to attempt to beat your check of 8. Okay, unfortunately you're not able to move fast enough, so you just need to go in normal initiative order.
Okay.
So let's roll for initiative. And yeah, all of these other folk are standing around, but yeah, unfortunately they're too frightened to step in, especially with this big lion folk here.
Damn it.
Is my initiative also disadvantaged?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Disadvantage.
Sorry, mine should have been a disadvantage. I didn't realise. I rolled
That's
it
alright.
again. A d20.
Wait, were you on 2 exhaustion, Angelo?
Yep.
Oh yeah, so you're also moving half speed. And so you're at 7.
I did the same as Angelo, so.
Okay. And
Same roll. So,
13, same roll. Sweet.
Do I have to do the same spell that I started this combat with, right?
I'll probably say, yeah, I never know how to approach this. I think probably that because you failed the dex check, you probably have time to pivot in that case, I think. I don't know. I'm going to have to give this a bit more thought.
Okay.
But let's just say that for now, that you can kind of pivot. You see this guy kind of moving at you, and potentially he's going to be able to do something before you can. So let's just go with that for now, and then I'll have a think about that.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm still getting that sound. I thought I turned that off. Okay. This eagle folk is just going to... This eagle folk is going to sort of leap over to here to just get in the fray, and as it does, it just lets out this stunning screech. So everyone in 4 meters, give me a con save. So that includes, I think, Reti as well as Eyame and Vindaros.
Sorry, what was that again?
Con save.
Okay, cool. Nope.
Are these at no, these aren't at disadvantage. Only ability checks. For exhaustion purposes.
Oh yeah, no, these are saves, so yeah, no, that's okay. Okay, so Reddy and Eyame, you are stunned by this screech. And it's interesting, it didn't use up the... That's weird. Sorry, don't mind me. Okay. Oobla. Oobla is like, you're not gonna eat any of us. And he's going to run over to, let me see, 6 meters. He runs over to here. And he is going to... He just like dips his head, and he's got these like big tusks, and he just runs at this this canid and just attempts to gore him. But unfortunately, the canid jumps out of the way. Okay, ready. You are stunned until the end of the... Is it really the end? That's brutal.
Tough.
Stunned until the end of the subject's next turn. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's only like one of your turns, essentially. Okay. So now this lion folk is going to... He was up in your face, Eyame, so he is going to attempt to swipe at you with his claws. Oh, you're stunned, so he will have advantage, I believe. Actually. Sorry, bear with me. Yep. Ooh, he still misses. Okay. This honey badger creature, or this honey badger person, is going to continue to move towards Twig. Runs over to here.
Oh no.
And it swings this club at you. And hits.
No, it hits me. Oh dear.
For 2 bludgeoning.
Oh.
Okay. Twig.
Okay. Well, shit. Alright, disengage. Well... I'm gonna take a gamble. And try to... Wait, no. Hold up. Sorry. I'm creating a shot. Can I fling an ice knife at him?
You can, but you're in melee range, so you have disadvantage.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and attack him. Oh my god.
Oof.
What? It just completely failed.
Yeah, he ducks out of the way and it just crashes into this tree over here and like freezes it.
All right. Very good. Next turn.
Okay. This canid is going to attempt to attack Oobla back. it's just going to try to make an unarmed strike with its claws. It hits, and it's going to do 3 damage to Ubla. Okay, Yame. Stunned,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
can't do anything.
Okay,
It's my
Vindaros.
turn.
Vindaros is going to use his spear to attack the eagle
Okay.
in front of him.
Hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. 8 damage. It squawks loudly as the spear pierces through its wing.
And he just wants to say, "Back off, you beasts! It's not your fight. Not today."
We're hungry. It's not beneath me to fight, to feed.
Okay, the Panther Felid is going to run in here and she's going to engage with the Lion Folk. Felid versus Felid. She attempts to slash at him with her claws and hits. And does 5 slashing damage, and she can't do anything else, I think. So that is her. Okay, top of the round. This eagle folk is going to, after it sort of cries out in pain, it attempts to just peck at you with its beak, Vindaros. Misses. Okay. Everyone is no longer stunned. Okay, Ubla is going to attempt to... Let me see. He also... Alright. Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry. He's going to attempt to gore this dog folk again. And hits for 3 piercing, 3 goring damage. Okay, Retty, you're no longer stunned.
Reddy sees Twig getting attacked, so he tries to get sort of in between the two. He'll cast Shillelagh,
Okay.
and he'll whack with his staff.
That hits.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, but it's not a quarterstaff, is it? Oh no, it is a
It is
quarterstaff.
now, it is now.
Okay, nice. You punish this honey badger folk with this crackling quarterstaff.
Pick on someone your own size. Even though he can't understand it.
He kind of like, as he takes this hit and turns to you and sees you speaking this language he doesn't understand, he's like, you could try to be a smart ass, do ya? And you can't understand either. But it's like you both are able to sort of communicate even though it's in a different language. You know what you're saying. The gist of it. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, the lion folk is going to attack. Well, he was attempting to attack Eyame before, but this other fella now, he's not sure who to attack. He is going to target the fella woman that you rescued. So he tries to slash back at her and hits for 1 slashing. Well, actually, she's going to... Well, I've already seen the damage. Okay, this honey badger is now going to... Also, he's not sure who he's going to attack. he kind of like laughs at Reddy. That's not going to stop me from having a meal, you smart ass. And he continues to swing the club at Twig and try to attack Twig again.
Oh no.
Oof, that hits.
Oh wait, silvery bobs.
Silvery barbs, okay.
Silvery bobs.
All right.
Okay.
He'll roll again.
Oh my god! Very well.
You can
So
still give
with
the advantage to somebody, can't you? Even if it fails?
I give the advantage to Reti. Oh, yeah, let me check.
I will avenge you.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay. So ready, you have advantage. And this club is gonna do two bludgeoning damage to you, Twig.
Took a bad gamble.
Your turn.
Disengage. And how far can I go? I can go 2 meters, can't I? Okay, I'll go here. Whoa.
Wait, no, you can. You only have 1 level of exhaustion, so it just affects your ability checks. So you can still move the full distance. So 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's my turn.
Okay. This dog and this warthog are just locked in combat. The dog just snarls at Ubla. Tries to bite him. Completely misses. Okay. Yame.
All right, now I can actually do something. Love when I can do things. I guess next to the panther friend from last time, so maybe I can just move up, sort of head towards a flanking position and attack.
Yep. So you get +1.
Sorry, I'm trying to find where my thingy is. I need to figure out this
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find where my dagger is so I can use it. There we go. Sorry.
That's all right.
Ooh,
Yay!
Nice. It's definitely a hit. Except, let me see. 19. Yeah, no, that's a hit.
Right. Oh. Oh.
All right. It just roars as you like cut this big like slash in its arm.
And I'm just gonna say, back off. That's it.
All right.
I'm not going for anything clever.
Vindaros.
Darius is again attacking with his spear. On that one. Oh.
Okay, so on a nat 1,
Yes.
you do some damage to your bronze spear. So roll me a 1d4.
You looking forward to this?
Yep, I've been waiting for this. Okay, the wooden part of the weapon is broken. The weapon can't be used other than as an improvised weapon until repaired using woodcarver's tools during a rest, if repair is possible at all. This thing basically snaps or just splinters along the end of it, and so it is essentially rendered useless, this spear.
But I can still use it as an improvised weapon.
Yep.
Is that 1d4 normally?
That's just I've actually given you an improvised weapon attack just to make it easier.
Oh yeah,
but
easy.
it is 1d4. Yeah, 1d4.
Yep. That's fine. He'll just grab it and attack.
Oh, you can't attack with it right away.
Sorry. Next time. Yeah. Got it.
I'll make a note in here for this spear. Wood broken. Welcome to the Bronze Age. Bronze Age plus. There's like money and some other things. All right. This fella is just going to keep on attacking the big lion. Misses. Okay. The eagle folk is going to try to slash at you with its talons. Vindaros, it misses. And Ubla is going to continue its goring rampage against this canid, and it succeeds and does 6 piercing damage. Okay, ready.
Oh, with advantage.
Oh, very true, very true.
Nice. That'll hit.
Yes. Nice. Ooh.
Alright. It just cries out, "You motherfucker!" This crackling energy around it. It's just got this huge, like, blackened kind of, like, scar from where you've, like, hit it, like, up its chest and across its face now. And it is looking pretty wounded. Like, very bloodied at this point.
That's it. I'll give him a growl in turtle.
All we wanted was something to eat. What's wrong with that? The strong eat the weak. It's always been that way. This lion folk is like, "Yes, indeed. We must feed." And it attempts to attack the felid again and hits. Actually, 13. No, it's not going to be sufficient. Okay. 6 damage. She cries out as this.
Oh no.
As this lion just like slashes her like up the side of the neck and cheek. Alright, this guy is looking very unwell. He's going to try to swing his club at you, ready. You can't see very well from this, like, just this kind of sizzling wound. There's like smoke in his eyes. Twig.
Alright, I'm gonna toll the dead on him.
Ooh. Nice. Okay. Wisdom save.
Damn it!
Ah. Lame.
Alright. Ooh, I am also skeptical of that wisdom throw.
Sorry, I'm just investigating my features again. I realize I made a mistake before my charisma save.
No, that's funny.
Okay. This canid is going to try to bite Ubla and hits. 4 damage. Okay, Eyame.
I was muted. I'm going to attack again. They're not backing off, so I have to. I'm going to keep defending our little friends.
Yeah,
And
they just
failing,
seem. They just seem. They just have hunger in their eyes. They're just in a frenzy. That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I figured. I'm hoping if we can damage them enough, they'll listen to reason. But until then, we're going to keep slashing, and I give up.
All right. Oh shit. Ah, fuck. How do you? I clicked the wrong thing. I think I clicked like next turn or something. All right, Vindaros.
Okay.
Next round, I think.
They can attack in with his with his broken spear.
Nice.
Yeah, 19 hits. Just whack him with this spear. Does 1 whacking damage.
Do I have any bonuses to that improvised weapon? Like strength bonus?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, it's improvised weapons not very good. Carly. Sorry, that's me. Carly, whose name you still don't know, is going to continue fighting the lion folk.
Oh, yes.
Does another 2 damage to him. Actually, she would have had +1 as well because he's flanked. Okay, this eagle folk is going to keep trying to do you some damage. It's going to try to peck at you again, Vindaros. Misses. Okay.
Correct.
And Ubla will try to gore again. Okay. Alright, he just like puts all of his energy into this gore attack, and one of his tusks goes like directly up and into this Canid's throat. And this Canid just like coughs up this blood and just like falls backwards and dies.
Go Oobla.
Okay, ready.
Yeah.
12 hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How do you kill this honey badger folk?
Yeah.
Mercilessly.
Ah!
I don't know, I've just had enough of whacking him. I just go full on, straight as far back as I can send him.
It's just like blinking and trying to get this kind of smoke of its own, like crackling, like melting flesh out of its eyes, and it just kind of shakes its head and is about to go in for another club attack at you when you just like second time, and it just goes like flying back. Almost a couple of meters, sort of rolls across the ground.
Move over as well. So I think I have fun.
Okay. At this point, this lion folk, it looks at these two of its allies that have been slain, and it says, Okay, stop, fine, I give up. And it kind of holds its hands above its head and doesn't attack Twig.
Okay, Twig is gonna move here and ready in action in case the lion or eagle do any attack. Ready a mind sliver.
Okay. Eyame.
Eyame is also going to move. Kind of want to move more into sort of a framing, flanking situation fully. So kind of behind the lion here, kind of aiming to surround the two, and ready in action in case either of them attack.
Okay. And the lion folk kind of like flinches a little bit, like, is he gonna do an op attack? But no, he doesn't.
Yeah, like I kind of keep the dagger off to the side. Like, I'm not going to attack you. I'm just moving. But as soon as I get there, I'm like, daggers up.
Okay. Vindaros.
Vindaros also like to hold an action.
Okay.
Yeah. His action is, if anyone's aggressive, he's gonna hit back.
Okay. The eagle folk, it also kind of like, sees this lion folk putting its arms up and looks back and forth, looks over its shoulder at Eyame, and it also puts its talons up in the air.
Fine.
And, Retty, what did you want to do? Do you also want to...
Yeah, same thing. Seeing
Okay.
everyone else stop, I'll be like, alright.
Alright, I'll take us out of combat.
So I think seeing that everyone's sort of stopping to breathe and we're all kind of just looking at each other like, what's going to happen next? I think Eyame would kind of step up again and just say to them, we will find you something to eat.
Your friends, eat them now. You don't want yourself, eat your friends. You're hungry? we want the loot, eat your friends.
3 rations, man. I mean...
Not waste, not want.
Is that what you want? Feast.
The lion folk looks over at this candidate and says,
Yes, that will do. If it is okay. I will eat. I am so hungry. Please, you have to understand where I come from. It is... I do not know the ways of this group. The strong eat the weak. It is what I have always known.
as he's talking, this eagle folk is also like moving over. It's not like waiting at all. It starts like pecking at the flesh of
And
this
Vidaris will say,
this dog.
and where I come from, the strong protect the weak. No one here is on the dinner plate. And that's it, leave it at that.
And you can see all these like people that are kind of crowded around as well. They're sort of like looking at each other, and many of them are nodding, and this kind of bit of a commotion rises. Some people begin like clapping even. And this lion folk also like comes over here and begins like munching into this canid. And Ubla kind of backs away. He's like, thanks, guys. I was about to become a meal. And the fella who you rescued before says, thank you for taking up arms with me. My name is Carly, by the way. This is the second time that you've come to my rescue.
She speaks jungle, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Khalid, for sticking up for the weak. I guess I'll introduce everyone ready and sort of point to the others and allow them to introduce themselves.
Tweak.
Carly says, it is the case that some groups of carnivores do not outlaw the eating of sentients. Unlike in my village, we did. Maybe it would be good to establish a rule here and now, if perhaps somebody could make an announcement. If it is the way that you wish it to be, which I strongly suggest that it should be, that the carnivores among us are not permitted to eat other sentients. Otherwise, we'll have more troubles just like this.
I think Eyame kind of gets it. Was already kind of thinking along the same lines, and kind of says to Vindaris, I think we should make an announcement. We can't have this happen again.
I concur. First and last time.
Would you like to do the honors for us? Maybe we can get one of these two to say something to the rest. Maybe Twig with her magical charades. His magical charades? Sorry, I want to get the pronoun here.
Sorry.
What are Twig's pronouns again?
Oh, him.
Him. Okay, cool.
Him.
So yeah, maybe we can get Twig to announce, since his charades game is very good.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could. This is pretty important, so I could use another tongues rune.
Yeah, maybe Eyame just kind of walks up to Twig and kind of just goes, like, points at the warthog and then at these the lion and the eagle, and just no.
Well,
and then, like,
I guess
gesture.
okay, cool. So it seems like, you've got the message, I got the message. I'll make an announcement in jungle, and I'll just be like, you too.
Everyone that's crowded around sort of, nods in agreement. Like, there don't seem to be many people that are in disagreement. Maybe there's like one or two disgruntled carnivores, like,
And anyone who does kind of look like they're not really happy about it, we can just we do have a spare body here, so they can eat their fill.
Yeah,
perhaps they do.
Hungry, we kind of invite them up to have some food.
Yeah,
if they have to.
Perhaps a few of them do kind of crowd around, eating this honey badger. Tastes like honey. But otherwise, you've resolved this issue probably in only about like half an hour or something. And you can kind of stand around for a bit as these two continue to eat some.
Maybe we should leave before they finish.
Yeah. Do they have anything? Were they carrying anything useful, like additional?
We've got a free club at least.
Yeah, there is a club and some rags. Unfortunately, that's it.
I think we can take those. I think they'll be useful. We have a barrel with a few walnuts in it. Maybe we can go grab the rest and then continue on.
You mean like wrap them in some sweaty rags?
No. As in like finish collecting the rags into the nuts into the barrel that we were using.
Oh, right. Yeah,
just pick up the rags in the club and just take them with us.
Okay, yeah. Other people can carry the club and the rags for you.
Yeah. Hand it off to someone who looks like they're not going to try and fight anyone. Someone who's very receptive to the message, shall we say.
Yeah, you can give them to me. I ain't going to eat nothing.
Not him. Maybe Lazarus, if he can carry it.
Yeah, Lazarus can do lots of helpful things. Keep eye out for herbs. Carry stinky rags. Maybe somebody else can carry these rags.
Palms them off to those two like capybara people. Oh dear, okay, sure, I'll carry these. Perhaps, and his wife, like Junti, is like,
I'll carry one of them, dear.
oh good, okay, we'll carry one each.
I think Ayame would also just kind of say, like, we'll wash them when we can, okay?
Yes, good idea. Sooner than later, I suggest.
I guess we should carry on. Keep an eye out for food again. Maybe take a little longer because we've only got 3 lots of rations between the group of us and they're only herbivore. I'm assuming there won't be much left of the bodies for us to take. So...
It's going back to that before we got interrupted by this commotion and we're rolling for survival. Did those walnuts include my roll as well? The nat 20?
Yes. Because there's also a matter of I also need to sort of roll to see if there are things around and that sort of thing.
No worries. Just making sure because we went into that combat pretty quickly after that.
Yeah. But I will note that there are some walnut trees here.
So Vidaris will point and let Ayame know that that's the wall he was talking about that leads back into the clearing.
Okay, so do we need to follow the wall then?
Yes. There's an incline to our left. We'll reach.
Sorry, is it an incline or a decline?
No, at the wall there's an incline. And we made camp where we've stashed some more weapons and some more useful items that we can pick up.
Yeah.
Recover, yes.
So the incline is to the southeast and the castle is to the south.
So...
does it look like there are people among the group that are able to take arms? Do they look strong, fit? Do they look like they can fight?
People generally don't. They don't seem courageous enough to fight. Ubla and Kali are both wounded. There's nobody that kind of steps forward that looks like they want to fight. Do you ask them, or you just kind of look around?
I guess I just look around. But yeah, maybe I'll ask the jungle people, do any of them feel like fighting? Or do any of them feel up to fighting?
Many of them kind of, no.
Oh no, who's that? Who's fighting?
They're like students in class when the teacher asks a question.
Oh, my pen.
Yeah. Oh, well, gotta find it. Oh no, I dropped it. Whoops.
Many of them are exhausted, wounded, hungry, thirsty, and also, almost no one is armed. And many people are weak from the journey and frightened, and you feel like people are, they're worried, but they're earnest for the most part. But Retty, you noticed something though, or you did just say something, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, I said conscript the lion and the eagle. They're fighters.
They do appear to be well fed now.
Oh.
That's the same to some other carnivores.
And we can promise them more food.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I was thinking they'd be a great hunting party because they're very food motivated. They might eat their fill before they come back, but they'll bring some food back. But yeah, I think if they can prove their trustworthiness, then they can definitely earn themselves a weapon. I think we need maybe not give them a weapon today because we just have to kill two of our group, but I think they'll definitely be useful to us if we can get them on board fully.
What kind of combat are you talking about?
Looks to the savannah common.
Yeah.
Group.
So I guess just defense, hunting for food
And water.
and water. Building maybe if we need someone strong.
I could help with these things.
The
Maybe we
eagle
can
folk is like,
What do you want me to do?
starts like
Yeah, I was
backing
thinking-
away.
I was thinking the eagle maybe could be useful for scouting once his wing heals up, because Vindaris did stab him in the wing. Maybe
I
he
can't
can
fly. These are just vestigial wings.
Damn it. I'm assuming I would know that, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
he's hoping.
I mean, you wouldn't have, you haven't traveled that much, but yeah, I don't know if you would know that, but yeah,
Okay,
he can
I found
confirm.
out now.
Yeah.
I asked, I found out, it's fine.
The best I can do is glide.
Okay, that's fine. Just defense then, hunting.
That
Got some pretty sharp
squawk,
weapons there.
that squawk that you did earlier was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
What did you think?
It hurt a lot.
It was meant to. I was
know.
hungry.
I know. Next
I know.
time you can use it for us, not on us, please.
Fine, as long as you promise to keep feeding Igork.
His name's Igor. Why do I find that adorable?
Are you laughing at my name?
Yeah, I'm definitely not laughing. I am. That's adorable.
The lion folk says,
My name is Brond, seeing as we're introducing ourselves.
he kind of wipes this blood off his mouth.
Eyame.
Vindaris.
Gesture to Vindaris.
Uneasy allies, it seems. Yes, I will help where I can.
Thank you. I know this is different, so if you can work with us, we would appreciate it, and we'll help you too.
seems like a reasonable agreement for now, especially seeing as I don't really have a choice.
Yes. So, DM question. Now, I recall the group that left the beach well before the other three returned.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said they went to the plains rather than the forest. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhere to probably like the southeast or the east.
Okay, so we're definitely not heading the same direction.
No.
Cool. I was just wondering if we would end up needing to listen out for them.
Yeah, no, the people that you're with would confirm that they went off in a different direction altogether.
Yeah, cool. Cool. I figure we probably weren't heading in the same direction, but best to check.
Walking into a lair of carnivores.
Bindaris wants to signal to Twig and Reddy either to head towards the castle or along the incline.
Yeah, I think I'll reply with incline to get the weapons.
Stabs.
Okay.
Stabs.
So you have traveled so far today for 4 hours.
Okay.
You said it was about 3 or 4 hours, I think, from what we recalled. Like
Yeah.
traveling along.
Yeah, with this whole group with you, it'd take you 3
Yeah.
hours to travel 5k through this forest.
What if... Okay. Ready. No?
Yes.
What if we sent out a party to retrieve the weapons, i.e. us, while the majority of the group stay here, and then we can come back faster and rest?
That could be a good idea. These guys look pretty exhausted anyway.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
But that sounds like a good plan to me.
Wait, was it 2 hours just to get there?
It'll take 3 hours to go into another hex.
Without our group, though?
Oh, without the group, 2 hours.
And we have traveled for 4 hours, and we can only travel for 6 hours a day before we get exhausted. Is that right?
8 hours.
Oh, 8. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we can do it then. Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Because I think we do need, all the help we can get to defeat those insects. There sounded like there were quite a few of them.
Yeah. Yes, I would certainly want those fighting skills alongside me. Okay, well, maybe I'll try and gesture this across to our friends and tell a jungle folk that tell them to start setting up camp, because we're gonna go retrieve some weapons and come back. And
Shall we bring those two along with us?
we should bring the carnivores.
Perhaps the others can look for some food around scavenge and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay. Rond and Igor agree to travel with you. Sorry.
I was going to say we'll convey that also to this Savannah folk, Savannah Common as well. Make camp. And we're going to get some supplies and come back.
Maybe I can talk to the capybara again and ask them if they'll help with gathering some more food.
Oh, of
I know
course.
they know what they're doing. They can hand
Yes,
off the rags.
it is our specialty.
Ooh, nice.
Always so humble, dear.
I know.
Why do I love them so much? Like, I would already die for these two.
I know.
It's so cute.
If that juniper bush is around, Vindados will also like to point it out to them as well. This is what I found earlier.
Oh, was the idea that they would go with you? Or they would stay and search for herbs and food?
As in the capybara.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd stay around camp and help try and gather things from the same hex.
Okay.
Rather than having too many groups go off.
So they wouldn't be able to see the juniper berry bush.
Oh, I thought it was out where we were. That's okay.
Yeah, no, I was hoping to keep the ones that maybe can't fight as well around camp so that we can keep an eye on them.
Yep. They can do that. They will all kind of sit down, glad for a rest, and several of them, including Lazarus and Junti and whatever their names were, they will start looking around for some food. Peludo and Junti. And you can head into the further into the forest away from the shoreline.
Just before we go, do we have enough people to actually carry everything that we found?
Maybe we can hand off the barrel to you. We'll just take the nuts out and we give you the barrel. One of the bigger ones can carry it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So you're actually going to carry, like, just the few of you are going to carry this barrel with you, and
I'm just thinking of ideas for them to carry stuff back because they've got to pick up some weapons and things. Maybe.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can give them something bigger that they can put things in and carry it back. I don't
Ron
know
is
if that's
like,
reasonable. It's up to these guys if it's useful.
I will
but-
carry that barrel. Give it to me.
he like lifts it up.
Roar.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, otherwise I'll just help the scavenging party around the camp, try and gather some. If there's any firewood that might have been dried up enough to use, try and collect that as well.
Oh, you're
Or
okay. So
maybe get the
you're staying
pyro from
behind.
here.
Are you staying behind?
Yeah, I thought we were staying at camp.
Sorry, I got
Doris and
confused.
I, that is. I don't know. Maybe
Oh, sorry. I thought we were heading
I
out
thought
Yeah, so
to
did I.
collect the supply. Like,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
Then I'll come with.
Hey,
That's
mate.
fine.
Like
Yeah.
we have a stash, cache, just down the road, along there.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'll go with. I just misunderstood what we were doing.
Oh, same. Okay, good. All right.
Got confused.
Okay, so give me, if you're going to head away from the beach and you want to find this specific location where you were, namely you want to find this incline, give me one person a survival check to navigate.
Now, I could be wrong. I thought you had the incline and it splayed down. And when it splayed down, you had the fence, the stone wall. So we're pretty much just following that incline that goes up. And we were staying on the lower end of the grounds.
It wasn't the way I imagined it, that the incline kind of led directly to the stone wall, because it would be like another kind of 5 kilometers away. Let me see. Yeah, I don't feel like they met each other in that way.
If it's okay, Reddy will try to take the lead.
Yep.
He thinks he's
Please do.
okay at navigating.
Okay?
So survival, what's?
Yeah.
Well, he tried. It's a bit tight.
Oh, he's exhausted.
Yeah.
All right. As you head into the forest, trying to find where these juniper berries were and this stash was, you become lost.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, okay.
I swear I've seen that tree before.
You start walking around in circles. Okay. All right. Oof. Just trying to think. What I will say is, as you're sort of searching through these trees, you get a little bit confused about where you are, but then you hear something. And it is actually the sound of running water.
Sorry, I just had a thought, Adrian.
Yeah.
I don't know if this plays into that. In that session, Vindaros was leaving markings along the forest, his path, so he wouldn't get lost.
Yep.
On the way, he didn't follow that all the way back through the northeast.
Did he leave the markings from the incline to the beach though, like to the wall?
Yeah.
I think they were on the other side,
Leading to the decline.
leading to the decline because you were up on the top. I say wait, I wasn't there.
You had this vision.
Yeah, but I think that's right.
But I don't recall. I think you said you did it on the way as well on the other side.
Oh
That's okay.
Back.
No worries.
But
I
I'm
mean, you
not
did kind of
100%
say
sure.
that you were just sort of doing it as you went. If you want to say, if you feel that you would have continued to do it, then you can give me a perception check. If you feel that makes sense. If you feel that Vindaros would have continued to leave a trail.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just leave it as where you're going with it.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, as you walk, you begin to hear the sound of running water coming from directly ahead of you.
Okay.
And you probably walk for, well, I'll take the 2 hours. You walk for a couple of hours, and then you begin to hear this running water through the trees. And you know, it obviously strikes you that you don't remember that from when you came through here before.
Can we see any clearing up ahead? Or is it just running water and trees?
You can't see anything yet. It sounds like it's coming from some way ahead. You can keep walking if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quietly.
Quietly.
Yeah, quietly.
Give me a stealth check.
Group stealth?
Yeah.
Sorry. I think I meant to do it at disadvantage.
Oh, yes. Disadvantage.
Dang.
Okay. A couple of you step on some crunchy leaves and things as you walk through here. But nothing comes of it, and you come to a place where you can see through the trees this castle that you saw previously. And you realize that you veered to the south some way. And I will, I think, probably reveal this now because you've seen this landmark. So you've successfully not gone
too well.
and you can see that this stream that was running past the castle from the south to the north, after it kind of passes the castle, it sort of like winds a little bit to the sort of northwest, and it kind of heads directly down towards the shore, and you can see this it looks like an old like crumbled stone bridge. Like one half of the bridge is still kind of somewhat reaching over this stream, and the rest of it is just kind of crumbled into the stream. There's just all this rubble and rocks around. And you can, from where you're standing, look to look to the northwest, and you can actually see that this stream, you can see still the shoreline, and you can see what looks like other, like, sort of ruined, like the foundations of various, like, structures. There's almost nothing remaining. There's just rubble everywhere. But it looks like, from where you can see this castle now, that the castle is kind of, from where you're standing as well, you're sort of like looking up, and this castle is, from this end, kind of on the top of this sort of bluff. And it looks like there were previously, some kind of like a dock, like harbour, something like that. These various structures, maybe some kind of community, buildings, houses perhaps, leading out onto the shoreline. And this stream kind of runs down alongside these things. Yeah, that's what you see.
Can I ask how wide this stream is?
Stream is probably like maybe 3 meters, 3 or 4 meters. It's pretty small. You could like walk through it. It'd be a little bit slippery. You think maybe from this bridge that it once was a bigger waterway, perhaps.
Are the other... You said there were foundations, so there's no other sort of castle structures that are intact?
Yeah, it looks like the rest of it, maybe there's a couple of like walls here and there and like just big stones and things, but there's nothing else that's standing in the way that the castle is, with like still part of its roof intact and that sort of thing.
Okay. Do we know how to navigate from here to the wall?
Back to where you were.
To the rumbling.
Like to where you left the rest of the group. I'll say that, especially given where this kind of stream is running, and yeah, like you feel it'd be pretty. It was just like, you basically just turn around and walk the way you came. It wouldn't be too hard to get back to them.
So this is, sorry, go on.
No, I was just already, I guess, sort of apologizing to be like, I got lost a little bit along the way. Do you want to head back, or should we try and find the stash? I've got a pretty good idea of where we
Rond is like, but this is the castle we came for, isn't it? Are you afraid?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like maybe we should go back. I think they got the right idea.
sort of turned a bit nervous and Eyame.
Can we hear any... What can we hear from the castle? Do we hear any of those insect creatures like we did last time? Movement?
Give me a perception check.
Echoing?
And you can add +1 for your big ears.
Yeah,
Doesn't feel like very much.
Ayame's looking for the same thing after hearing the story of what happened. But maybe kind of looking out to see if anything's coming up behind us, a different direction, but using my big tall ears for the same sort of thing.
You can give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
With +1.
Never mind.
You don't see anything emerging out of the trees when you look around. Vindaros, where you're standing, the wind is kind of blowing down from the bluff and the stream is running past. This makes it quite hard to hear anything, so you don't hear anything in particular.
Actually, DM, I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dangerous thing. I was awarded inspiration.
Okay.
How does that work for you?
You can use it whenever you like. You could re-roll now if you wished.
Okay, could I do that?
Yeah.
See if I can hear any better.
Okay.
If I really think about it.
And it doesn't expire?
No.
Per sessions? Okay.
No.
I'll take that off, but I've re-rolled slightly better.
Yeah, you also don't hear anything over the wind and the stream.
That damn water. Oh, wait a minute, water.
Is it actually that close to us, the water?
Yeah, you can approach it, although because of these sort of foundations and this rubble and stuff, the area between the castle and the shore is less overgrown. But it's some way from the castle, so you could sneak in there if you wanted to grab a quick drink.
Vindaros is thinking, hey mate, we've got the barrel, let's fill it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it back.
The idea I had. Fill it up, bring it back. I'm assuming we've brought the barrel with the lid so that we can at least cover it and we don't lose any. But that'll save people for a little bit longer.
So the thing about the lid, actually, I'm thinking now, is that I don't think a barrel, I don't think you can just kind of screw the lid back on. I think you'd need to kind of hammer it in.
We can place it on and it's at least something. It'll still splash out, but it'll maybe mitigate some of that.
Brond is like, you're gonna have to help me carry it if it's full of water.
Vindaros will help.
It's about bloody time.
Tiger is out, ready to go. Not ready to action tomorrow. Can I use it?
Yeah, lift with your back.
You consider that aggressive enough to release your readied action?
Just a little flash, just like a little one.
Yeah, I had a good ready action. I wasn't going to use my improv weapon. That was pretty.
Okay, so describe how you do this.
You mentioned that there was clear towards the stream.
Clearer, yeah.
Clearer. Is just trying to, and it's flowing towards the sea. So I'm assuming that it's running downhill towards the sea.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that I'll go one side of the barrel, and Brond will go the other side of the barrel, and we place the barrel into the stream to fill up as it's flowing in. I know it might not be a full barrel because we don't have the angle.
But it'll be 3/4 full. It'll be great.
Yeah.
And then as much as we can put in there, and just
All right, and are you trying to move stealthily, did you say, when you're doing that, or are you just trying to move quickly?
Yeah, how far is it from us? The stream.
Not that far. Only I don't know, 6 meters.
No, I wouldn't say we're not doing it. We're not rushing to do it. We'll watch our footholds and just make our way to the stream and fill it up.
Eyame would come with, at least to have some sort of protection as you do it.
I think Reddy will just keep his eyes on the castle, see if there's any response or anything.
Okay. You can do that, and Brond runs out there with you, lets out a big roar. No, I'm just kidding. He stubs his toe on a rock as he's running out. He's has to repress a big roar. But you're able to do that. You're able to go and kind of fill this barrel up, at least half of it or 3/4 of it with water. and sort of run back into the tree line.
Yeah.
Is it worth trying to find the stash, or do we just head back now?
I think I'll be exhausted. More exhausted.
We'll head back, recuperate what we can, and then I think we should just come straight for the castle and see if we can establish the castle.
Sounds like a plan.
Or possibly, if we rest, we could have a look for the stash one more time before we head to the castle. Which
I think
isn't too bad as well.
I think if we all stay away for another night.
Oh no! So this is when we get back. Like we'll come back, rehydrate, rest up, and then either look for their stash.
Maybe once the barrel is full, we can all get some water here as well. Then we don't have to use the water we're bringing back.
Okay.
Then we head back, yeah?
Alright, I won't ask for any checks or anything, so you can head back with this barrel back to the group. And I'll say that they have also found some food, some, edible nuts and berries and things. There's not many, I'll say. Let me see, there's like 100 and something people. Everyone roll me a d20.
Ooh. Just a straight d20?
Yeah, just
like
a straight d20.
I think I say D100. See who gets it.
Okay, they only have enough to share two herbivore rations with you when you return. Everyone else was so hungry that the rations that they found, they've all eaten them. They apologized to you, but they weren't able to scrounge much up in this cold
Are
winter.
there any more of the bodies remaining?
The bodies were. Would they have kind of carried them with them? You've taken Brond and Igor with you. Did you?
I don't think we left. I don't think we went far. We're probably only a few hundred meters away. The camp, I mean.
That's where we sort of stopped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did carry those bodies with you, to eat them?
No, I don't think we
thought
left the bodies. Is what I
Wasn't
think.
that in the
Maybe we were
previous hex?
fairly close to the bodies.
I don't recall us actually moving away, except us to go and try and find where we stashed that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the
Because
same
we
hex.
stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there was a yell,
Right.
and then we did the fight, and then I guess
Yeah, we
I
just
think we'd already seen them
Yeah.
at that point, but maybe we weren't supposed to have.
Well, okay, but the only thing is that many of the carnivores dug into these bodies. I love how we're just talking about eating corpses.
You know what?
Desperate times.
I've been thinking about this, and it's really getting me that there are sentient animals and non-sentient animals. Where's the line? Very confusing.
Yeah, I really
We
wanted to
have
work
goats?
speak with animals on. Who counts and who doesn't?
Yeah. Do we all count as animals for with animals? Do we all count as animals for food? It's very dicey.
So personally, I agree with you, but in terms of what these animal folk feel, and perhaps you could have this discussion with Carly, I think they make the distinction between the sort of speaking, the humanoids and the non-humanoids. So maybe the word sentient is not the right word. Maybe I don't know if they would call themselves humanoids. Sapient?
No, that works.
sapient.
Sort of, yeah.
It was just something that I thought about watching the recap of the session. I was just thinking where's the line for all of us between what's sort of more humanoid and what's purely animal. It was trying to ride a goat, it's an animal trying to do something. It was confusing.
Would you say that you have this philosophical, ethical quandary, or does Eyame?
No, it's me. It's me.
Okay.
Yame's like, this is an emergency. Cannibalism is fine. Like, this is plane crash territory for equivalent for us, right? It's fine, but like...
I think though that I'm going to say that in the couple of hours, 4 hours that you've been, I don't think there would be any left anyway. As many of the other carnivores sort of, we said they were sort of digging in previously. But yes, make sure you add those rations, those last 2 rations.
Do you want me to add them? I've got the other 2 from earlier. We can divvy it out. Anyone who's an omnivore or a herbivore. That brings me up to 5 rations.
Nice.
Which should be enough for all of us to get our fill for the night, unless anyone's a pure carnivore.
Oh, I'm a pure carnivore.
I have a ration for you too, if you need.
Or a big eater, big appetite.
I can give you 2, Vindara, so I've got extra, and I'll have 1, so that's 3 gone. 1, 2, 3.
I'll take one of those herbivore ones. That's
okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I just don't have any carnivore rations.
Do you need one too?
Yes, please.
Cool.
All right.
I'm eating smoky walnuts.
Can we sort of estimate or gauge how far the stream would be from where we are now? Like, say we walked directly west, which is probably the direction of the stream. Do we think it'd be close or like quite far still? I guess like the direction that we took along to the castle, was that like parallel to the stream, or was it?
Yeah, so I kind of described imagined the stream running sort of firstly to the north, and then it kind of bends around a little bit. But it would probably go in between these 2 hexes. I would say that maybe you feel that it would be like within, I mean, you don't know what a hex is obviously, but yeah, you feel like maybe it would be within 5 kilometers for you to kind of perhaps go, if you wanted to sort of go to like and look for like the estuary of this stream. It would still be visible potentially like from a long way away from the castle, but you feel like you might get away with that.
Just something to keep in mind, I guess, if you run out of water. How is the group doing with water?
Now that you brought the barrel back as well, like that would quench the thirsts of many a refugee, and people still had like various receptacles of water. It's been a little while. I'd say low, but there's still some water.
Okay.
So it's not an immediate concern.
But we'll need more tomorrow, which if we can get to the castle again, that should be fine, right? We've got a stream, we can maybe clean those dirty rags, we can bathe, we can fill up our water, maybe not at the same time. Maybe the bathing is downstream. But
You've done this before.
It happens. Water and all that.
All right.
Doing whole etiquette is very important.
Sweet. Well, let's end the session there. But this time I will not forget to award experience points. I've even given myself a little note on the screen. You have returned to... You went back, you got the group, you guided them through the forest, through the rain. You succeeded in returning to the stream and the castle. Nobody died. So, I'm going to award...
Yeah.
400 experience points.
Oh.
And I think that will... I'll auto-assign it.
Ooh.
And how are we looking? I think that everyone except for Eyame will be able to level.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
Level 2.
Looking forward to leaving level 1 behind.
What do you mean? Level 1's the best level.
I like level 1 as well. The stakes are high. Except they're so high that it's like kind of limiting.
You can't do anything.
Hey, we did well. None of us have died yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
saying
so
yes.
close, but yeah.
So, and I'm almost out of level 1.
Oh yeah, Twig, you're on 2 hit
I'm
points.
the one with the highest chance, right?
Yeah, the badger rolled like 2 1s, wasn't it, attacking you? Twig? Oh,
Yeah.
You're lucky there. I was worried.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh man.